Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mobile Legends Australia Season 1 Tournament. This is day 5. Now, as many of y'all see that these past couple of days has been amazing with the type of matches that's been going on. And I know particularly today and Thursday, there are a lot of favorite teams that many of us are just anticipating to watch. And so for today, this is day 5. It is not a single elimination round. It is the best of 3. The best of 3 today. So the two teams that are playing first up is AJK and Rimuru and Friends. But I believe Rimuru and Friends has a new team name. And you know what? We'll keep that a surprise. We will see their tag up when we go into the lobby. So for AJK, the players that are on that team is Vuthi, Cho, Lix, Rio, Simp, and Zento. And as for the other side is Rimuru and Friends, which is, of course, Rimuru, Finale, IU is a QT. Always love that name. And we got Joker, we got Junior Weirdo, and we got Soe. Now, each player on both teams are players that has been in our server and has been playing for quite a while. So I expect some veteran gameplays from both teams. And so pretty soon on our YouTube channel, there will be a poll. We would love for you to vote for the team that you think is going to win it all. And please be active in that chat. So then this way we can see what y'all think while this is all happening. And so if you haven't already, please do subscribe and like to our YouTube channel. Because as many of y'all know that when it comes to the Australian server, we want it to be as big as it can get. And this is only season 1, so it's only going to get better from here on out. And so with all that being said, tonight is a special night, not only because of the teams that are playing, but I would love to introduce our shoutcasters for tonight. And so maybe I'll start out with, so tonight we got King.
Yes.
As many of y'all know, his famous catch line, "It is what it is," and what was the other catch line?
Game. It's all about.
It's always about the late game. That's exactly it, sir. And then, of course, another person that's in the house, we got Tiki, or also known as Marinette, but then also known as, is it Ackley's? Did I say that right, Tiki?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just need a confirmation because, it's Ackley's or Ackley's, but, I got American English, so it might mess me up. All right. And then, of course, we got Sins, who may be joining us just a little bit later. And then last but not least, we have our special guest with us, all the way from the United States. We got Steph Wheezy. What's up, Steph?
Sure. How's it going, man? Glad to have it in the side of these matches, man. Super excited to see what you guys do inside of the Australian server compared to the NA server. It's gonna be huge, man. I'm gonna be taking notes and seeing these insane pro plays from these amazing teams today. Super excited.
We
just love it.
And also you forgot Mr. Laurel Snow Rabbit.
I didn't forget. I intentionally left him out. So
Oh, you little.
all right, Lord of Snow Rabbits, you go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm the great and masculine Lord of Snow Rabbits. My great whiskers will make you all tremble. Mwahaha. And let's go back to our in-game casters for this match.
Let's go.
Oh, amazing. Fantastic. So we have our lobby sorted. That we got AJK in here, and we're just waiting for Rimuru and Friends to join up in the lobby. So we see that they are in the Discord, and very shortly we will have our coin flip, and we will type the results in the chat, and we'll go from there. All right, so thank you very much. So King, if we could just pause it in the moment.
Why, brother? Why must we Paxleys all take the path of magic? Am I such a disgrace to this house, big brother? I've been expecting you. Big brother! I don't recall giving the orders.
Elders of the house give the order, Your Grace!
But it's not my order.
The elders said it was our only chance. Not even Your Grace could stop us!
I don't need
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are going to tune into the lobby. And so if you haven't already, type something in the comments because we'll love to see who is joining us tonight. Fantastic. So let's
go.
kick this lobby off. All right, so for this game, we got, let's see, we got myself and Steph Weezy, who will be sharing the play-by-play. And then when it comes to the after-game analysis, we got Rabbit and Tiki. And so, of course, when it comes to the in-game analysis, it may be one or the other because Sins will be joining us hopefully pretty soon. So we got the first ban, which is Gushin, because I think, if anything, I think that's a respect ban that they've done the research because we don't often see a Gus ban as a first ban. So someone on that team is pretty darn good with them.
And which is higher ban for Vuti right there. So he's pretty good with higher. Vuti and Sims pretty good with the higher. So very respect ban with the higher as well.
Oh, great.
You got a Johnson ban too, taking out that mobility for the tanks. He's one of the most mobile tanks in the game, so that's very interesting to see that as a second ban from AJK.
Indeed.
There you go. That's 3 junglers down pretty much right off the bat when it comes to the bans. Let's see. Do you see similar bans in your server, or like who are like the most common bans?
No, not at all. I did not expect a Johnson ban. That's interesting. I mean, Yisun Shin, he's definitely used a lot on our server, even in tournament plays. I want to say he's one of the highest. People pick him a lot to jungle with. So yeah, I definitely see them taking him out. It's a very smart move. Same with Hayabusa. I mean, that's pretty normal. Gushin though, I didn't expect that. No, I didn't expect the Gushin to get banned. So they must have a really nasty Gushin on their team for them to ban that.
It is better to ban instead of thinking about how to counter them. That's probably the best counter you can do, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And so when it comes to the first couple picks, AJK, of course, went right off the bat. They chose the Ruby over the Paquito. So I wonder what that message is that maybe they don't have a Paquito player, because personally, I just love the gameplay and the mobility and the damage that he produces. But it looks like the AJK is going for that CC, going for that range, going for that sustainability.
Yeah, it's a really good pick. It's when I see a Ruby, usually I see a Ruby paired with a Ling, so it's like really interested to see them on opposite sides on this. But I'm surprised that AJK didn't lock that Paquito and let that walk. But we all know that Ruby has great sustainability. She's definitely one of the most sustainable heroes in the game, especially with the region. So I want to see what AJK has planned in this match.
Oh, Potato. What is Potato going to choose? So definitely playing with the marksman. And the great thing about these tournament lobbies, for those who don't know, is that every single skin is unlocked. So if teams are not going to make use of that, that's a damn shame because they're pretty darn beautiful. So let's see what comes up.
Ooh, Sicilian ban. Okay, or Sicilian pick. That's a good pick. Sicilian, late game, he gets his stacks. He's very hard to deal with, so they definitely want to end this fat sooner than later, on AJK's side, and make sure that Sicilian doesn't get all his stacks. So that's a pretty good pick. Lancelot ban.
That's right, Lancelot. This is a pretty good ban, and you're absolutely right. I think when it comes to FTW, I think that stands for the win. I hope is that when it comes to that team, they are going for that late game. So it'll be really interesting to see who the last 2 picks are going to be. And of course, with AJK, they got the early game advantage with that Ruby, the sustainability, with the damage of Beatrix, when it comes to Kagura, just to clear lanes and to rotate. A Minotaur ban, wow.
Wow, yeah, and then they took Esme out too. So
And
this is some interesting picks. I mean, on off lane, they do Beatrix is definitely one of the top meta marksmen for damage. So AJK does definitely have early game. Little bit of sustainability on both sides with Paquito being for the win, and then Ruby on the other side. So that's interesting. You don't really see Ruby more as a tank. You kind of see her as an offlaner. So I'm expecting Ruby to probably go against Paquito in the off lane. But I'm wondering, AJK hasn't picked a mage yet, unless they're gonna go Kaja mid. But I don't see that. They might go Kaja off lane. So I'm wondering if they're gonna actually show, pick their mage next.
yeah.
And I wonder who that's gonna be.
And sorry to stop you there. I think cause Ruby, everything is possible in this server. To I would say in Australian server, everything is possible. so like if you say something new over here, then everything is possible to work things out.
We're gonna see a Layla tank today.
Yep.
Oh man.
Hopefully
It's gonna
you will
happen,
see.
man. It's gonna happen.
Hopefully you will see.
All right. But yeah,
This
all right,
is
let's
what
see
we're
how
here
it pans
for,
out.
man.
Ooh, we got a Diggy.
Diggy.
Good old Diggy.
Why Diggy? But why Diggy? I mean,
So-
for Ruby? Oh,
Well,
Ruby
I
and
think
Kaja.
Ruby and Kaja.
Yeah.
And so it just means that the Diggy's positioning is going to be paramount for this game. Is that the moment that Diggy is out of position, there's a lot of vulnerability between Ling and Sicilian in that early to mid game.
Okay.
Ooh, there's our new assassin, Vuthi. He's going to may choose Aemon. He does.
If you cannot both.
Okay, and there
Wow,
is their
good
support
Aemon
/
pick.
tank.
Yes, that's a very annoying. I think in this server right now, in Australian server, I would say Rafaela is pretty good. Like annoying support which which build, which is Ice Queen build, which is slow down the enemy. And it's pretty annoying, damn annoying in Australian server right now. I have been in so many rank. I would say Rafaela's pretty damn annoying with his slowdown and his second skill and his heal. He can't die easily. I would say in Rafaela.
Yeah,
So-
Rap's a definitely a good combo. Come on.
Yes, sir. That rough is going to slow down that Ling quite a bit on the ground. And of course, Paquito's just his burst and his mobility, and especially the Cho. Steph, who do you think? Do you prefer Steph or Wheezy, by the way?
You can just call me Weezy.
All right, so Wheezy, who do you think wins the offlane game between both teams?
Well, you got Kaja. Looks like in this situation, Kaja is gonna be their mid, unless they do Beatrix mid. I mean, I know that's a common thing sometimes, but if Kaja is off lane and Kaja goes against, it's looking like what's their Cho doing? Cho. I feel like Paquito will have his lane against Ruby, but it's gonna be a long fight. Like on both sides, that's gonna be a long fight. So I wouldn't really go too fast over there if I was the jungler to try and gank that side. I'll try and gank the more squishy side and take out that Kaja. So if Kaja's off lane, you already know against the Kaja player, they keep that distance, they do that AoE damage, they get level 4, and then it's pretty much done from there, whoever they're fighting in their lane. As soon as you jump in, they grab you, pull you in the turret, and it's a wrap from there. So I want to see them gank Kaja a little bit.
That's it. And though that if Kaja does fall behind, that late game may be a little bit more painful where he won't be able to one-shot the likes of Ling or Sicilian. So it is pretty crucial that he plays safe and just continues to play smart with his positioning.
Exactly, and I think that's what we're all looking forward to. I want to see how this Ling rotates too. That's the beautiful thing about Ling is having that insane mobility. Looks like you got a bit of a class trying to hold him off from blue buff. Ling able to get it though.
Right
Very smart play by
away.
Ling.
Right away. There you go.
Looks like Ling's got a little bit of a farm, even in gold right now. Oh, but we got a clash. Well, this is a little bit of aggressiveness from Potato. Wow, able to get out though. Nice move. That's what makes Cho good. They have mobility on their side for the win. They have good mobility, so they're able to get in and out of sticky situations way easier than their enemy team can. So I definitely want to see what AJK is going to do about their mobility too.
That's right. And so just looking at it, it looks like AJK is slightly ahead of gold. And we got Eamon just getting his blue buff, and of course, when it comes to fights, he is going to need that. So it looks like a fight is about to take place in mid. Paquito goes in, goes for the punches, and of course, at the moment, they're just poking, just trying to chip at it. Oh, there you go. The Rock uses Flicker just to escape.
See, this is when Ling gets a little dangerous, man. You know, he's a poke here and there, but you know, get toward the middle of the game, and that's gonna be some crucial plays if he keeps rotating like that. So that's what makes him good. You know, the marksmen and mages have a hard time, you know, against Ling and his mobility, especially with his ultimate being able to pretty much get out of any hardcore CC in the game. That's definitely gonna help him out and be in his favor. So they're definitely gonna have to look out for that and time their skills when it comes to Ling.
That's exactly right. And look, there's the first blood.
Oh my goodness.
Diggy goes down. You have no counter for that CC. AJK looks
coming
like
back. They got to fight for Turtle. You know, it could be either side. It looks like you know, AJK has a heavier presence on Turtle. And this is what I always say in these matches. It's like it depends on, you know, early game who's gonna run the objectives better. Ling with that ultimate, we knew he had that mobility, but unable to finish. Ruby taking out Ling, Cho taking out Rafaela, man. Oh my goodness, Beatrix with the Diggy again. Diggy out twice now.
wow.
Mom with taking out Potato. Man, this is a clash, but you know, I'm giving it to so far early game AJK. You know, they're able to secure Turtle. It's 4-1, 5-1. Amon taking out Paquito as well. What a godly play, man.
Wow. Triple kill. And you know, the first 2 minutes, there hasn't even been a kill. It's amazing how a 1 minute could just turn the game around. And so now we're looking at almost a 2.5 K difference of gold.
And this is, you know, 10.5K gold to that, you know, 8,000. That's pretty big early game. You know, it's a difference in an item or two. You know, I always say, like, early game, these key moments matter. So I want to see, you know, FTW for the win. I want to see them rotate just a little bit tighter together, get these objectives, man, because they need to make sure they catch up a little bit in gold, or it's going to cost them early game. And I do see AJK capitalizing on that. You know, it is 6-1, and currently they got an advantage. But sometimes we see these teams, when they get such an advantage, they start getting a little bit more aggressive than needed, and then that's when, you know, I can see For the Win capitalizing on it. You know, we want Sicilian to get his stacks. Amon taking out Cho again, man. They just... You got to play a little bit safer, man. You don't want to increase that lead. You want to stop that bleed. You know, their gold difference is definitely growing. Kills are growing. Oh, my goodness. Beatrix taking out Keto.
That's exactly it. And, you know, just like what we said, you know, before this match began, that what you can expect from AJK is that they are always aggressive. Like, they're the ones that often set the tone, and when it comes to those team fights, they know how to engage, and they know how to disengage to just maximize those moments. They're not wasting time, they're not wasting gold, and they're being just precious with their movements. And so it looks like that there may be a clash top. Let's see what the Paquito does. Ruby with the jab, going in. Ruby getting beat up by the tower, but can Beatrix do it?
See, that's a hard fight. You know, you have Ruby pushing you out, Beatrix, who just completely annihilates the tower and does insane damage. You got a bit of a clash in the middle toward this Turtle. You know, we want to see, you know, For the Win try and capitalize, but looks like AJK able to block them off. You know, we see a heavy 4-member rotation around that Turtle. They're definitely prioritizing, you know, their rotations. They're making sure they're getting these objectives early game, and it's costing them. You know, it's already a 4,000 gold difference, and that's huge, man. You got top tower almost being taken out For the Win. These are some key plays that they got to do better on. Ling getting a little bit greedy though. You know, he doesn't really have the gold, you know, nor the advantage to be greedy in this kind of situation. They kind of got to pick their battles, you know, and play a little bit more on the safer side, or this bleed is going to continue.
That's exactly right. And I don't know if you guys saw that on the stream, but Sicilian's damage is actually picking up, where he was able to trap 3 enemies and knock them down to 50% health. So I think, like, watch that Sicilian from mid to late game, and I could almost assure you that may be the difference maker as the game continues.
And exactly. And we knew, you know, going into this, we knew AJK. Oh my gosh!
Deleted.
Beatrix is not stopping. She's 5-0-4. Not only 5 minutes in, 6 minutes in now. This is insane, man. Really solid play on her side. That's one person you don't want to feed as a marksman. Because, you know, she has that AoE damage. She can hit pretty much everybody and from range. So you definitely want to kind of prioritize her. We want to see this Ling probably, you know, Potato, or you want to see Ling go in a little bit more on that Beatrix. If not, man, they're definitely going to pay for it in the long run. But like you said, I mean, we knew AJK had more of an early game team, and that they're capitalizing on their early game. You know, late game, I do see For the Win making it a little bit harder. Once Sicilian gets these stacks, like you said, he's a very heavy hitter. Huge clash, Ruby with the set.
That's
Amon
the
taking out
CC.
with the double kill, Diggy and Sicilian. Oh no,
Look at
and taking
that.
the middle tower, the most important turret in the game.
That's the chubby marksman right there. He's getting fed.
Oh
Damage is
man.
picking up. Ling ran away with the tail between his legs. That's exactly what you said, is that you do not want to feed that marksman. He will make you pay.
What a godly play, man.
All right, so
Yeah,
you gotta give some
13-1 is
insight,
huge.
Weezy. So what have you noticed so far in the way that these teams play? Do you see any differences in terms of priorities, or like how's the general vibe for you?
I mean, so I wish, you know, AJK, they're playing really well. They're playing, you know, the way they object, you know, they went for turtle, they got their 2 turtles, then they took out that mid turret and the top lane and the bottom lane. They just, in terms of what I would like to see more from For the Win is they need to, I kind of feel like they're all over the place. And they need to tighten up a little bit more in their rotations, you know? I mean, we got Ling, though. Ling's trying to take their buffs. And, you know, what makes Ling so good is having that mobility across the map, being able to take objectives, take turrets when nobody's there, when they have heavy clashes. Oh, my goodness! Raphael is taking out Fido.
Fiona. Oh,
What a godly
picked one
play.
off. And you know, we said this during the draft, is that Diggy's positioning is paramount for this match because of the CCs of just Kaja, and the Ruby's been playing really well in this game. Like, she is usually 9 times out of 10 in the right position with the right setups for that Beatrix. So I think if they have any chance to bounce back, that Diggy needs to be in the right position to hopefully set up a Sicilian. And of course, when it comes to Ling, we want Ling to make sure that he is getting farmed up. Because if Sicilian falls through, you have that Ling you could depend on. But the momentum is definitely on AJK.
You're right. And, you know, Ling, you know, he definitely is Demon Hunter Sword going into these fights. And he looks like he just got it. So, you know, you might see a little bit of a difference in him, you know, taking out people like Ruby. It's definitely going to be crucial. Huge clash going on currently. You know, we got a 3v3 going on, 3v4. AJK is stacked in the center.
Ruby!
What a set!
What a set.
Come on, getting just these nasty doubles and triple kills with these Ruby sets. And it's just godly, man. It's a godly rotation. And that's hard to deal with, you know. Nobody on their team on For the Win has Purify either, so they're definitely taking advantage of that, making them use their flickers as well, and then rushing in a heavy 4-man rotation. Taking mid turret, man. That leaves no turrets in the mid lane left.
Yeah,
For the Win barely hanging on, man. I really want to see, you know, a tighter rotation, honestly. It looks like they're kind of lacking, like you said, with that Diggy. They're lacking sets. Whoa! Amon again, taking out Potato.
Come
Taking
on.
out that back. Taking out
Number
Diggy.
2.
Oh, man.
Number 3. Ah, there you go.
Kaja taking out
Nice.
one of their heavy hitters, taking out what could have been their secret weapon, Sicilian. What a godly push over there by AJK.
That was
Like
incredible.
still a little bit of a farm. 20-2, man. This has been almost more of a one-sided match, you know, going in. Looks like AJK, they just came prepared. They took those early game objectives and they capitalized. And they were able to take the tower.
Wow.
What a play. What a play.
Was a snowball. Like
That was quick. It was quick. Is that a
was
record?
painful. I don't know. I think that was pretty darn quick compared to the
Oh,
matches that we had
man.
before. But I think that's AJK wanting to make a statement in that game. And so at this moment, we will take a 2-minute break, and then the shoutcasters will chat a bit to prep for the next match that will begin in about 5 minutes. So please stay on the stream. Type in the comments, just share some tips for FTW. What can they do to actually bounce back, and what can AJK to continue to maintain that momentum? So this is Wheezy. This is Collision. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
So are we on break right now?
Amazing. Welcome back to game 2 of the first game against AJK versus WTW, or formerly known as Rumuru and Friends. Now, Wheezy, we saw that it was a snowball on AJK's side. What does FTW need to do to bounce back?
Well, I think we would all like to see a little bit of a tighter rotation, kind of prioritizing, what the objectives early game. We didn't see FTW. We didn't see them take a single turtle. We didn't really see a heavy presence from their team to kind of rotate toward it to kind of help that jungler get it. So I think what we would like to see going into this match, I think for the win, they're going to go in with the plan on this one. You lose one, that puts more pressure on you, and we're going to see what they do in this case. But I'd like to see more of a rotation on objectives early game, because when you don't, like you said, that allows AJK to snowball, increase that gold lead, and then start getting sets with that huge item difference, and then that's when they just start taking the lead early game.
And you can see the bans right now. The FTW is not having it. They're banning Beatrix. They're banning Eamon. It's funny because the bans before, I feel like they've done the research and they try to ban the enemy's main heroes. But I kind of feel like FTW is being more reactive instead of just keeping the rhythm. So I think on AJK's side, they're banning the Gus. They're banning the Johnson. Again, this is their research. This is them saying that this team may be crippled or will not even be close to a threat without these characters. It showed in the last game, so we are really hoping that FTW will make the most out of these picks that will be coming up shortly.
And also about the Cho player from AJK, Cho player who play very good Bane. So would you able to see that Bane gameplay tonight or no? And also Vuti is very good Roger player. So I'm not sure about the pick right now. The first pick will they make for the Rimuru squad, and I think they did a smart ban actually, and smart ban, but I don't know what they're gonna pick right now. So what do you think so far?
Ooh, it's hard, man. You see them take out Ruby, you see them take out Amon. So we're definitely not going to see that crazy dynamic combo going into this next match. So, they don't want to show too much. I feel like, first pick is huge. Mathilda, that's a pretty decent pick, but the enemy team can counter her. Esmeralda's a really good counter, depending on but Mathilda's solid. She's always been solid. She's very sustainable, great mobility, gives her teams heals. And can get out of sticky situations. A little bit of a higher show too, man. So we do know both of these heroes are some really good picks. Early game, early draft.
That's correct. And higher pick, first pick though, damn, that's a very good pick. And then they're able to counter with the Kufra's pretty good counter for higher.
You can't go wrong. But in our server at least, Matilda is often a number 1 or number 2 pick if available, because of her mobility, her sustainability. They did nerf her first, her skill 1, but she is still quite of a pain to deal with. So let's
speak about a pain.
Mm-hmm.
I love what AJK did right there. They picked Esmeralda to combo with, Mathilda. Knowing that Esme was Mathilda's counter and making sure that they grabbed her as well is really going to put some pressure on FTW. So I want to see what they're going to do to kind of answer to it. That's a really nasty combo, man. They need to make sure that they're, getting the right items too, prioritizing that anti-heal. You get anti-heal early that kind of, weakens the output of both Mathilda and Esmeralda. So I want to see a little bit of itemization going into this as well.
Yeah. Could you remind me, was Mincetar banned last game?
Oh, yes, he was. Yes,
so
he was.
That tells us that they got one of their main players or their main characters in this game. And so we could definitely see how they're going to maximize that. And I think FTW realized that last game they were really squishy. Just because when it came to them setting up and all that, they were deleted instantly. So I like the export pick because of just the true damage that he provides and the sustainability. And when it comes to Mincetar, that I think what they're going to do with Mincetar is that they're going to play Mincetar tank. Because I think they are expecting another Ling kind of caliber play. So Vuthi and Cho are your heavy hitters on the enemy side. So let's see how this will all pan out.
I'm currently on the pick for Potato. He has some options. They still need a mage. We already got a tank, so we might need to see another offlaner. Maybe a marksman, maybe a fighter. Xborg does have a little bit of range. So very interested to see these next picks. A little bit of a Yi Sun Shin ban. That's a common ban. Kind of expected that. Sicilian, they taking out the Sicilian. They don't even want to have that even be an option with late game stacks. So Currently going on our last band's show. It's his pick. Really want to see what he decides for this last one to kind of deny them. He might go mage. He's gonna ban him. Ooh, he bans Lapu. Okay, so they banned a fighter and a mage, knowing that's their last 2 picks. So now it's on them for their last ban. Currently, AJK, they're missing the same thing. They're missing a mage. If they're doing Cho tank, then then they have a tank. But if they have Mathilda, so they're doing Cho off lane, and they're doing Esme off lane. So they're missing a mage. So I want to see who they pick for that going into this as well. And they're missing their jungler too. So banning that Roger. Yep, taking these junglers out. Look, there goes that Bane jungle. There goes that Bane jungle.
There it is. And I think that's what King called earlier, is that watch for that Bane jungler on AJK's side. And and that pick by Cho I thought was quite strategic as well, because I think this player is already really good with Cho, but I think FTW was Cho on the other team in the last game?
No, I think he was on their team.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixing up the teams as well now. But I think like Cho did.
Oh no, you're right. No,
he was on FTW, right?
Yeah, he was. He's with the KOF skin, and he had that nasty escape in the beginning.
Yes.
That's true. Yeah. So I felt like that was a strategic pick as well. He may be solid with him, but that just takes away just another core player that the other team uses.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if they're gonna use Cho to get Haya out of one of his shadows with the ult kick. Oh man, that would be disgusting. Yeah, that would be that'd be tough, man. Currently, AJK, they need a mage. I want to see what they do for their mage. They got some viable picks though. Kagura hasn't been picked. Eve, it looks like they don't really run Eve. I haven't seen Eve be banned at all on your server. Oh, they don't. Okay. I thought Bane was jungle, but they're going with Ranger jungle.
Ooh, that could very well change.
Well,
it's not changing, but we'll just wait till the 12th hour.
Their plan on this though, who's their mid lane? Is it Cho?
Their mid lane. So let's see. So we got Esmeralda.
Maybe Mathilda.
Mathilda is the tank. I think it's going to be Esmeralda that's going to go mid. Cho would be off lane. Bane would be the other off laner.
Now, if it was me, I would put Esme against Export because Esmeralda counters Export. She takes his shields away. He has a really hard time fighting her. So if she goes mid, I feel like they're not gonna. I mean, it can work, but I feel like AJK would be better off with their off lane. But it's really interesting not seeing them pick a mage in this. And when it comes to both teams, if I had to choose who had the better early game team, well, that's really hard, man. They got some good picks. They have some really good picks on both sides. So I feel like it's pretty much even, man. It can be as much as somebody just not getting that turtle, not getting these early game objectives. So I think like everybody wants to see, you want to make sure that they actually, AJK, they're going to go in and they're going to prioritize objectives. So I want to see For the Win do the same thing this time around and actually try and get these turtles, have the mage, have the tank help out their jungler just a little bit more, man, to pressure the enemy team when it comes to objectives.
So we can see that Hyatt is trying to secure his blue, but we could expect a poke to come in place. That is a veteran move to see if they're able to steal it. Hyatt has no choice but to use Retry. We got our early fight. Hyatt is being aggressive, but then he may be underestimating Bane's health regen. Look at that.
Ooh, Farza almost taking out Mathilda. Almost, man. Low HP. What a risky dive, but pulled it off. Wow!
There it is.
Oh, my goodness. Look at Brody coming in and cleaning house. He's still going. He's still being an aggressor. Got the first blood, though. What a huge play over there by Potato, man. Like we said, we want to see For the Win be a little bit more aggressive. We want to see them hold these objectives a little bit tighter, and that was a really good play on their side. As AJK was a little bit more aggressive on this match going in. Maybe that's something I'm really interested in seeing. When a team wins round one, sometimes they get a little bit more relaxed, and that can bite them in the end if they don't keep that pressure on it and treat it as if it was round one. So
that's right.
Still anybody's game, but actually For the Win is at the advantage right now. But like I said, everybody wants to see just a slight more of a rotation on objectives on their side. We don't want to see as much of that snowball effect happening in this round. And the only way for them to stop that is to take these objectives.
That's exactly it. And I felt like in the first minute, FTW did a great job of just holding on to their own. But you can just see AJK slowly building up the momentum to say that, no, we won the last game. We are going to set the tone. And look at them. They may try to pick off one of the enemies before starting Turtle. That Matilda with a great rotation. Granger tries to kill. Farza goes for the ulti, but then they are out of range. Like, it still hits him. And then as Granger goes back, he cannot contest a Turtle. So he will be playing it safe, going for a red buff. And so when it comes to FDW, that they too are playing it safe by getting blue, they may try to position for Turtle, but you can see that there are a lot of micro fights taking place. More so in this game.
Right now, it's kind of it's on anybody's side. I mean, FTW, they are up by 1 kill. So the big game changer is somebody's gonna mess up in this clash or get a projector. You got Haya doing an ult on Mathilda, unable to capitalize and take her out. Mathilda getting away. Bane getting into a clash 2v1 with that Farza and Minsatar. Wow, Cho coming in with the ult kick. Oh my goodness. Taking out that Farza. What a kill to even out the score,
He's not done, sir.
They're not
He's
done.
not done.
AJK is out for blood, man. What a rotation.
Look at that. He's still hungry, man. Look at him.
Looks like Turtle's still up. Granger definitely capitalizing on that. He's gonna take the Turtle, try and get that little bit of an advantage. They are up by 1 kill now. So we want to see for the win kind of rotate a little bit heavier on there and defend it. But Granger able to take it again. That's gonna put AJK in the lead by a little bit of gold. They are up by 1,200 now. What a solid play from both sides. Still, I would say it's not one-sided yet. AJK. They do have the advantage going into this with that Turtle and that additional kill, but it can even out on the next Turtle play. So I want to see what, for the win is going to do going forward from this.
That's it. So we will do an item check right now. So if we can get the items to pop up on the stream. What do you make of the items so far? The thing that stands out to me is Brody's first full item, which is, I think it's what's that called? The Brutes armor? Brutes?
Yep, Brute Force breastplate. Yeah, that's a solid pick for him. Going more defensive with Brody. Just make sure he doesn't get taken out too early. That's not bad. Seeing that Farza, it looked like she was going for Clock of Destiny. She went and got her Elegant Gem. Really good play on that. Farza early game damage is going to be key, especially with that range. Brody taking out Mathilda. What a play. 2-2, evening up the score for the win. So they're not too far behind. Turtles, comes back in 50 seconds. Still anybody's game. But yeah, we've got some interesting item pools. Mr.
There's a kick. There's a kick. There's a sweep.
Oh my
Granger
goodness!
is trying to go for him too. But you can see the Brute armor right there kept him alive to sustain that team fight. So that was an excellent choice of items. Now, as for
Granger
the remainder
taking
of the
out
team,
Hayabusa too. Taking out their jungle. That's huge.
it is.
Ooh, Brody with that ultimate, hitting a little bit of everybody, but unable to get the kill. He did go a little bit more defensive in the beginning, so he is lacking a little bit of damage. Going for that brute force right after his boots.
And mid lane,
Cho with another kick. What a kick! Mathilda capitalizing with her ult, locking down and getting the kill on Brody. And they're not done. Oh my gosh, man. AJK is being an aggressor. Farza using that ult, using her range to save, Minsathar. What a push. Cho's not done. And he gets a little too greedy, and that's what we were trying to see. We wanted to see what FTW would do for the aggressor, and they definitely capitalized on that Cho. But let's just talk about that Cho's kicks, man. That is insane.
It's been
getting out of these sticky situations. It has, it's high risk, high reward. We saw a little bit of the reward, but then he overextended a little bit too much and was able to get for the win an additional kill. So definitely want to they definitely want to keep up that defense and watch out for that Cho because he's not playing around, man.
Yeah, his rotations have been spot on. His kicks have been spot on. And I think that he's like, if a teammate opens the map just a bit more to see the positioning of the enemy, I feel like he may go for the push. But he's just waiting to kill, just like a snake in a garden. He's waiting for a Brody just to come in by accident. He's waiting for a Haya just to come in.
Looks like we got both, a little bit of a farm, 3 to 4. You got AJK up by 1,000 gold. A Turtle, they also got the Turtle play. So they are at the advantage right now. It's not too big of a gap, though. It's still anybody's game. So going for it. Ooh, got a little bit of export getting that Esmeralda, giving some decent damage. We do know Esme kind of counters him, though. So she's definitely getting her shields back. Decent clash. Nobody able to win. Huge clash on top, though. Brody unable to get away. Bane taking out Brody, 3v1. able to take out that turret too, man. Brody took the turret, but then they made him pay, and looks like they're gonna answer back by taking their turret as well. So, two turrets to one for the win, being in the lead by turrets. AJK only having one, and they just took another, man. What a huge play going in 7 minutes into the match.
So what do you find the difference between game one and this game? What is FTW doing right now?
Well, FTW early game, they had good positioning. They were able to get some kills. They got first blood, which was huge. But getting more toward the higher half of the first 10 minutes, I feel like they kind of started separating again. They were playing a little bit tighter in the first 5, and now they're starting to separate more. And this is where AJK kind of starts to snowball, is when they start grouping together because they know that they're separate. Look at them right now. We got a 3v1 on his buff. Cho setting their jungler. Huge. But Cho getting greedy. Mr. setting Cho and killing him in the tower. What a great play. If Far's using that ult, this is what we want to see, man. We want to see how, For the Win answers to these aggressive plays by AJK.
And speaking of objectives, look what Granger's doing while this big fight's going on. He secured that turtle to range it up. He's coming to clean the dishes, but they're still hanging around. What's his face? Xborg is hanging by a thread. It's like that saying. You may lose the battle, but it's all about winning the war, right?
And that's a huge play over there on AJK. They took turtle, very smart play by their jungler, but then they also made sure to capitalize and take over that mid turret, which is gonna put them at a huge disadvantage. We know mid turret, especially first mid turret, is one of the most important turrets in the game. With that being taken out, that is gonna allow AJK to kind of invade a little bit more on their side. And what a set by Cho again on Hayabusa. We knew we were gonna expect this ult kick on that Haya, and there it was, man. This Cho, man, he's on top of it. He is on top of it. You would almost think that he's their tank. Jeez.
Yeah, and you called that right off the bat, that Cho was going to lock down that Haya. And that's like the core piece of a Jenga, like a Jenga tower, right? Is that if you take out the right one, they all fall. And I feel like without Haya, they're going to heavily rely on that Brody. Farza, to be blunt, I felt like her damage is there, but just watching her use her ulti, she has missed quite a bit. But I think that if she nails those ultis and actually picks them off quite well, it could be the difference maker.
This is where we kind of want to see, if she can't land them, she needs some sets. We want to see some more sets to kind of help her with these positioning. Xborg with the ultimate. Able to do some chip damage. Able to get away. What a slick play, man. Looks like we might see a huge clash over this bottom turret, man. Who's going to take it? AJK or For the Win? AJK, man, being an aggressor all around this turret. It's like Granger's going back. He knows his priority is to farm. He's making sure he doesn't fall off in gold. Brody over there trying to hold on. Potato trying to keep them back. This is just such a really crazy play. You have mobility over there by that Bane. You have mobility by that Mathilda. And Esmeralda, even with that speed boost in her first skill, is definitely helping them get around the map and push these objectives fast. Whereas you look at the enemy team, or you look at For the Win, they don't have as much mobility. I mean, they do have Farza, they do have Hayabusa. They're very mobile, but in terms of like who has the most mobility in the map, I would definitely give it to AJK's side. I would like to see this Hayabusa, in key situations, go to a lane, clear the lane and then go get the objectives, especially knowing that he can get across the map way faster than the majority of his teammates.
Speaking of mobility, you may notice that FTW, they have 4 flickers on their team. And I think what that is doing, it's a plus and minus, is that it's great they're able to escape. But I've actually noticed that it's also their Achilles as well, because they're trying to get out of bad positioning that they've had a couple of times. So I think when it comes to the late game, they got that.
They were going to take Lord too. That was godly play over there, capitalizing on Lord. Even though it's early game Lord, right now, that's a huge difference, man. We're only, 11 minutes in, and they've pretty much taken, they took the top tower. They've already taken the mid lane. It looks like they're going to fight for that second mid turret, which is huge. Cho taking the bottom turret too. If you look at just the amount of turrets being pushed, AJK being up 4-2, man, that is a huge play, especially in the first half of the game.
That's right. And I find that is what's most common, the most common mistake when teams play is that when Lord is coming, it's all about the timing of the side lanes as well. Because if Lord is pushing and he's not getting the turret, you could at least get 1 or 2 turrets on the side. AJK did a fantastic job of just working with that Lord and being able to push those 2 side lanes. And it's just right now, they're bullying them, that aggressive team. They're going for the blood. They want to go for the. Weezy, what do you think about the items so far? So let's do
Well,
a quick items break.
you're looking at their items. You see Brody going for that War Axe, going for that that Hunter Strike as well. I don't know. I don't remember seeing a patch note where they said War Axe, worked on a multiple marksmans. I thought they kind of changed that. Did they swap that back? Because I know like Yisun Shin was one of the few marksmen that could use War Axe. I didn't know Brody could though. So seeing Brody have that, that's interesting. Hunter Strike is definitely a good item on him. Making sure Export gets that immortality. But I do want to see this Haya show up a little bit more. He has some decent itemization, he has some decent items, but he hasn't gotten any kills, and that's kind of huge. We want to see more sets from Minzathar. I currently having only 1 set, especially 13 minutes in the match. Maybe I feel like what they should do is probably try and get more CC, not single target CC, but group CC. They have single target CC with Minzathar. They have single target CC with Brody's second skill. Farza having single target CC pretty much too. Like they don't have group CC at all, barely. And you look at AJK, they don't really have too much group CC either. But they have more of an aggressive team. They can group together. They can get out of situations easier with that Mathilda, and it's working in their favor. So. I do want to see maybe that might help them. Is just having somebody with a little bit more group CC, because you notice AJK, they group up a lot. They are often very close together. So we got a little bit of a fight in mid too.
Oof. Is that aggression?
Oh, Farza with that ultimate. And that's the thing. It's like if they had a little bit of group CC, like even a Tig, to be able to gather them all up would definitely help out Farza with her ults. They do have the damage though. Farza has a pretty decent build, but the sustainability over there by that Esmeralda, just look at that, man. They can't even. They need some. I would say some pin. If you look at their items though, the only pin Brody has currently is War Axe. He might have to get a little bit more pin than that if they want to be able to take out this Farza. And we see a little bit of anti-heal over there by Minzathar with that dominance ice. That's pretty solid. But that's the only anti-heal they have. And I don't know if that's going to be enough.
It's not enough.
Yeah, I don't think it will. Especially to have Bane as well, and they have Mathilda. They need more anti-heal. If they don't get enough anti-heal, they're not going to be able to take out this team.
That's right, because in principle, you got a Cho, you got a Bane, you got an Esme, you got a Matilda. They're pretty tanky. And so looking at the Brody, like I get the War Axe, and I guess I kind of get the Hunter Strike too, because you want the extra mobility and the damage, but it's almost like you need a Demon Hunter and you need the anti-heal to melt them down. Because at this point, when it comes to gold, there is a 7K difference going towards AJK. And when it's 7K, you really just hope that you can bank on those 2 fights that could bring the game back. And so as King would often say, that it's all about the late game. Now, this game is going longer than the first. We're at 15 minutes. AJK is going for Lord. They're not going to contest that.
Ooh, or Ranger taking Lord.
Or are they?
Flash. Mathilda taking out Farza. It's like Mathilda's still going in there, keeping that sustainability for their team. Having FTW have to push back. Honestly, this is where I want to see this Haya push these objectives a little more. Like this is where his mobility comes into play, and it looks like he tried. I don't know if he'll be able to get away from that Cho in time. Unable to get away from Cho. Cho capitalized with that kick. Mathilda locking her ultimate. And Esmeralda with the kill on Haya.
That was a
it was just a little too late on getting to that bush and hitting that recall. And I feel like, the situation that they put themselves in, I feel like FTW, what they have to do now is defend and farm. Defend and farm. If AJK does not freeze the lanes, stay behind your turret. Stay behind your turrets. Kill the minions. Get the items you need to keep this into the long game, if they can even make it that far. What a huge class. Export using that ultimate. Unable to really do any damage, though. They are lacking pin. The pin is what they need. They need group CC. They need pin.
I think
Lord taking out Tower in game 2.
AJK with the win. congratulations, AJK. Great effort to FTW. The second game, that fight was pretty, like, the fights were a lot more solid, and I think the picks were a lot more solid. So well done to both teams. And so this is Wheezy, this is Collision, who are your shoutcasters for this match. And so we are going to transition on to Rabbit and Tiki. So boys, take it away.
Hi everyone, good job in-game casters and good job to both the casters. I mean the match players in the game. Let's move on to match one. Yi Sun Shi is the higher deny to the Ruthie because we all know on Ruthie on the Yi Sun Shi is really formidable. He's got he's Supreme 1 in Australia for Yi Sun Shi, so that's really something. And then we had the Mathilda deny in the bands. We can see Mathilda has really been a very solid champion for these picks and has been responsible for many good comebacks here. And then at 250 for the first match, Diggy died twice. We can probably say that Aegis was responsible for that. He didn't really have flicker. He couldn't really escape from it. He was trying to open the map and unfortunately got punished for it. The Beatrix on the mid secured the first turtle, and then Amon and Beatrix need to win the early game. The power spike was just so heavily in their favor. The damage was just so much. Tiki, what do you think of the early game for match one?
From what I think, AJK seems to have more map control than Rimmer and Friends because, since the lane went to the bottom lane where the turtle's actually top lane, they kind of lost that map control advantage.
You're absolutely right. Just like Old May got punished on 520 as well. They were really lacking in the gold. And then the late game, they were trying to do it. They had the Sicilian, they had the Ling. These were all mid-game to late game heroes. They really lost out on these draft picks. And you can't really blame Rimuru for this because this is their first time. I just want to say this out there. Rimuru and Friends, this is their first time in a tournament. And I would just like to say congratulations to you. You did a really good job for your first tournament against AJK, which is a well-seasoned one who has been in a few tournaments. So well done, guys. We hope to see you again. But moving back at 8 minutes, AJK had a 8k gold lead and a 10k EXP lead. So that was already a pretty big difference. And then at the that's pretty much my notes for the first match. Tiki, have you got anything to add to that?
What I'd like to see is I want to see Rimmer and Fans to be rotating together instead of falling all apart.
Both. And for the match too, there was some really good reaction there. You could actually see it. They were going for the picks again. They were banning out the heroes AJK was still going for the Johnson ban. So maybe we were seeing something that we couldn't really see before. But the Mathilda, they got AJK got Mathilda again. And then they got the early Sorghum, which forced the Rimuru squad to use their Retribution, which was bad for them. But he used the Retribution. He couldn't get the Letho Wanderer, but Mathilda got punished for that, which is another stack for the Retribution, which really didn't do much for Rimuru's. They actually stacked the Retribution stack, which wasn't really much. 3.02, the Fasha was taken out by the Way of the Dragon by the Chow, which was great. Move from the Chow. AJK secured the first turtle. But as you saw, Wheezy actually mentioned this, there was some questionable item builds from the Brody. What do you think of that?
For the War Packs, I don't think it's that more effective with Brody. What he could have went for is the Malefic War, which would have been a better pineapple.
Because the reason War Axe works so well for the Yi Sun Shi is because he's got assassin in his name. He's assassin, not a marksman.
Yeah.
The War Axe just really, I think it was a 33% for marksmen. They only benefit 33%.
Yeah, it's not that beneficial.
Yeah, I get there's a 11 to 18% movement speed bonus, but that's pretty much it. There's nothing special for going on there. And then the Hunter Strike. He built a Hunter Strike after that.
I think the Hunter Strike is for his mobility, so when he engages, he could have a chance to escape with them.
True. And then he had the Sea Halibut for the anti-heal, which was good. They actually really needed that. But perhaps a bit of more damage or maybe a bit more penetration would have been more beneficial for their side. Well,
All right, that's it. Let's go.
Your team is
All right, getting into this draft pick, man. We got RVO versus TZ. Super excited to see what both these teams bring to the table. We are in round one, so I really want to see these good early rotations. But we say half of the battles made on the field. The other half of the battles made on the draft picks. So we are currently getting into the first ban with Divine. So he has a lot of options, man. I want to see currently what their team's thinking in terms of prioritizing these bans.
First ban, which is Ruby. Very smart ban against with Talisman squad. By the way, they're a very respect ban, which is Ruby. Very good CC crowd control. And also like Divine, like I would say Rebellion Outlaw, they have pretty good teams, and also Talisman, they have very good team as well. As I say. So I'm thinking like prediction. I don't know if you know now. Like what do you think? Like prediction who gonna win? Is it based on pick or you just want a prediction like just like that?
Fine.
your team is banning.
Yes, you were saying Sin.
I think just predicting of players. I've played in the server for a while now. I think
Your team
Talisman
is
does
banning.
have the more like experienced team, but RBO have been showing really good gameplay like recently, and they got good talents like Tofu and Shadox. They're the two to look out for. Maybe even Divine if he pulls something miraculous on the mage.
Is this Divine who play Gushin or is Divine who play
This is
Marsman?
Divine that plays Netan.
Yes. Because there's two Divine in this server, so I'm kind of messed up with that. So yeah, let's go ahead. Like which is the first and second band from the Talisman, which is Grok and Yuzong. Very respect band from them because Shadok who play Yuzong very good as well.
And then Grok Trump, as the name says, plays Grok.
Yes. Exactly. What do you think so far, Wizzy?
I mean, seeing that Yuzong ban early, seeing that Ruby ban, they're taking out sustainable heroes, taking out Kaja. Seeing a Kaja ban makes me think we're going to see a Hayabusa play. That might be an option over there for RBO, but I wonder what the last ban's going to be. Mojito over there with his last ban. We've seen Kaja be taken out. I wonder if they're going to take out any junglers. We haven't seen any junglers in this ban compared to the last matches we've seen. They were heavy on banning junglers, so. This time around, we're not really seeing that. There's still a lot of options on the table. Haven't even seen a Paquito ban. Haven't seen. And it's weird, in NA server, we ban Paquito, we ban Eve, and to see this on, your server, it's interesting seeing these kind of draft picks and these kind of bans that are going forward.
Indeed. And also Paquito didn't ban. Well, some teams like, yeah, they can counter it. Some teams say, you know what, I have something to pick. They play out smart play. So just say Paquito with Esmeralda. Like Esmeralda will hopefully gonna win on that game because the shield. See the shield. First pick, which is Esmeralda.
Ooh.
I called it out. So if they pick Paquito, then Esmeralda can counter it, So basically they're going for counter pick for the first pick from like Rebellion Outlaws. So what do you think, Sin, so far?
With the bans right now, there's 4 offlane bans, and they just pick the strongest offlane that's left open. Paquito doesn't win to Esme most of the time, if the Esme plays it right. So that's a very good pick from RBO. It also like cancels out the Eve pick because Eve gets like tons of shield, and Esme just like rips her apart when she ults. I think that's a very solid ban from RBO right now. But not an X-Borg. High DPS.
Ooh.
High DPS on the Netan and the X-Borg has sustained and is one of the actually only open fighters that can go against Esme.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard though, because I feel like Export, he gets shields though. Paquita can kind of Esmeralda can kind of go through them if she gets close enough. But Export having great range, sustainability. As long as he's not too aggressive early game, I think he'll be fine. We see Natan. We all know Natan's better off as a jungler, but it's still doable having him in the off lane as well. Yeah, enemy team taking that Phobius. That's a really good pick too. Early game. Hopefully they don't stack up on Flicker. If TZ does, it's gonna be a hard day. It's gonna be a hard day for them. There's a lot of magic sitting on RBO's side right now, though, so they need to even it out with some physical damage.
Povius pick though, very good pick, but too much magic damage, I would say. As you said, it's too much magic damage from the Rebellion's Outlaw. Do you think Povius pick is really good pick against the Talisman?
I think Phoebus is actually very strong. Like, there's not much else. Like, they can like always pick Paquito, which is also very good here. But if they pick Phoebus, they might be going for the Beatrix offlane
Your team
because
is
that's still
banning.
open, and Divine plays Beatrix pretty well. So they might be actually going for Beatrix.
I feel like Beatrix would be a really good play. You know, they do need a marksman. They need a little bit more range. I feel, you know, they have sustainable heroes. Phobius is pretty sustainable. Esmeralda is definitely sustainable, and we all know what Mathilda can do. So I feel like they need a little bit more of some heavy hitters. I mean, Phobius has some great damage, but like I said, they're currently missing somebody. They have their two offlaners. We know Esme's in the off lane. We know Phobius is in the off lane. So I kind of want to see what they're doing going forward. You know, TZ over there banning that Roger. They know they're missing the jungler. Banning that Kufra because they know they're missing the tank. So starting to limit these options on what's left inside of this draft pick.
Yes, indeed.
So one more ban for both teams. It seems like Talisman needs to ban a mage and a core. So I think they might ban a mage here.
They might ban a mage. I don't think so. They might ban a core right here.
Another core.
Yeah, because
Tofu's core hero pool is pretty big, but they already banned two of his heroes, Lance and Roger. He plays both of those very well.
yes, Haya.
So they-
Haya. I have optional which is Haya. So Tofu haven't played Haya. Showed anyone who play Haya, but he can Loki can play Haya. So let's
Your
see from
team
Tofu
is
though.
banning.
Haya.
I think Haya is a solid pick. Haya would be a good pick here.
Ooh,
they ban Haya.
They ban Haya.
What is their plan?
Tofu might
Wow.
Ling. He might play Ling and take away Tequila's Ling. Tequila's actually a supreme Ling on the server. Let's see
That
what.
was an interesting ban. You know, now it's kind of like who are they going to jungle with? I mean, they do have Ling. It's definitely a viable option. I mean, what is Karina looking like on your guys' server? You know,
Oh, Karina is very strong indeed. We've seen some very gameplay.
Talented.
it's too much magic though. It's too much magic
Yeah,
for RBO.
but-
I don't feel like they'll go Karina.
Paquito core is also a very viable option right now.
Karina damage is pretty OP with his tank build still, but I don't think. Would you think they will go pick Karina? No, I don't think so.
No
because
way.
they have so much
No.
magic. They have so much
They-
magic.
I don't see Karina. If they did Karina here, you know, having all that magic is it's great when you first start until everybody gets, you know, Athena's shield or radiant armor. Then it starts getting really tough. So
This is
I don't
def-
know that. There goes
Radiant
Beatrix,
game.
and you called
Esme,
that, yeah.
Phobius, Mathilda.
Build tricks.
Yep. There we go.
There you go.
And Ling. Called it.
Called both, man. Looks like we got they're finalizing their picks over here for RBO. You know, want to see what this last pick's gonna be. They currently got a marksman, a mage. You know, two marksmen actually. I'm seeing Atan as being their jungler, so they need a tank, and I wonder who they're gonna pick.
Or they're playing the strategy that is like, I would say like Nighttime mid and Veil mid and and another jungler. Most likely, I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Probably that's a strategy they try to what they want to do.
This is gonna be a tank pick here, probably. Most likely tank
Yeah.
pick. Pick anything else.
I mean, and that's what RBO was thinking too. I mean, you seen them ban that Kufra. You know, they kind of expected, Jawhead tank. That's pretty solid. You know, Jawhead able to get in the enemy's back line, reset those buffs. That's crucial early game when it comes to jungling, especially with that Ling. You know, Ling needs that blue buff, and you know, Jawhead might just jump in there and throw it out before he can get it. So I want to see if this Jawhead's going to be more of an aggressor, if he's going to kind of reset these buffs early game, because that can definitely help them out in terms of early game rotations and getting the early game objectives.
Oh, let's get to the game. This will be fun. I think just off draft alone, I do like RBO's draft definitely a lot more than TZ's, but Talisman's draft could definitely like go into the late game and win it out.
Oh, we all know what a Natan late game can do. So, I agree with that. Natan late game will be kind of hard, and they have that double marksman. So they have the range. You know, Clint hits pretty hard late game too. So They do want to watch out for that. But we do know, Beatrix early game beats a Clint in the gold lane. So I kind of expect more of an maybe a gank to kind of help Clint take out that Beatrix. Because if not, if Beatrix is quick enough, she does have the advantage early game to take out Clint and start getting that lead in her lane.
But it's Clint vs Esme in the top lane, not Clint vs Beatrix support.
B is mid. Okay, and I've seen that. We don't see that too much on my server, but I have actually seen it. It is getting more popular having that B in the mid lane. She is a great mid laner, so that is gonna leave that Esme against that Clint over there. So she's gonna have to play a little bit more on the safer side. Clint has that range on her, and then we got Exporter against Phobius. That's gonna be a fight to see.
Not gonna be a fight to see. It's gonna be a stalemate.
Yeah, it looks like Phobius isn't even gonna push out. I feel like Xborg is just gonna, I don't know. He might try and freeze him.
Let's see. Okay, we did miss this. RBO does lose the first litter to Tasman. Matilda, how are we gonna see Invec coming through? Esme moving up into the Netan, getting heavily focused right now.
Oh, and there goes, Divine barely getting out of there, almost 1 HP. He made sure to do the damage, and he got out right before it was a little too risky, so good play on his side. Seeing a little bit of that Jawhead kind of holding off, defending while Natan gets his jungle. That's really good, Natan, he definitely needs the help early game, but him sitting over there, that's gonna, you see a little bit, Mathilda pushing in on that Jawhead. Lane going through, using that ult. Able to secure first blood. Oh my goodness! 2v1. Bro, he just got a double kill.
I think
that is a huge play.
Yeah, Ling's very strong in early game vs Netan. Netan's gonna get heavily embedded here. He needs some backup in his jungle because Mathilda, Beatrix, Ling, that's like death to Netan.
And we want to see, how they're going to react to that. Whether that Jawhead rotates a little bit tighter on him, even if Bell helps out a little bit. But it's going to be a hard play for him. Ling is definitely gonna. He knows that's what they're lacking, and he's gonna try and take advantage of. You got Natan currently going for his blue buff. Ling taking Turtle. Huge clash going in the center. Ling almost taking out Jawhead. Does he get away? Taking out Jawhead. Natan trying to capitalize with his early game damage. Unable to take out Ling. Ling's able to get away. Beatrix from the side, taking out Xborg. Huge play. Oh my goodness, Mathilda Altonville taking them out as well. And we see a 5-0 advantage in the first 3 minutes of the game. What a play.
As you said before, it's half in the gameplay, half in the draft. I think this is the half in the draft that's coming through here for the early game.
And I agree with that, but, we all know late game, Natan starts getting better. He starts hitting faster with his basic attacks. He's more of a basic attack hero, too, so I feel like he's going to start shining late game. But if they keep up this pressure, if RBO keeps up this pressure, we might not even make it into late game. So I want to see a little bit more protection over on that Natan. But it's going to be hard. Ling is taking advantage of his mobility. Ling's currently getting his farm in his jungle, but we see the rest of his team being very aggressive on TZ, and TZ not really having a way to hold him back.
Tasman is constantly getting invaded here. Tequila getting ulted, but having to run away again. The Jawhead might be getting killed again. That's the third time now Ling has got into that Jawhead. And
what a kill, man. What a kill. Ling is doing good. He's 4-0. Literally, he has not died yet. It's not even 4 minutes in the game. And he's pretty much has most of his team's kills. And that's what they want. They want him to be able to carry the game. They want him to be able to get his items early. Ling's looking nice. He even has Demon Hunter's sword. So he's definitely going to be a heavy hitter. You see Natan kind of really low on health, going for that blue buff again. You see Clint on the top lane trying to hold it down. But this is gonna be a fight, man. I want to see TZ kind of rotate a little bit better, kind of protect their Natan. Objectives are up though. We do have Turtle. This is the first Turtle of the game. Looks like RBO is starting to make their way toward it, starting to go for it. Link's going to take it out. Natan kind of he's still in his farm, so I feel like they might give RBO this easy Turtle.
They have to give it. It's already a 3K goal lead, and we're only 5 minutes in.
Oh my goodness.
maybe go for the gank. No, Jawhead manages to flame shot the Phobius manages to flame shot the Jawhead away as he ults him, and that's gonna be an unsuccessful gank. But Netan's gonna still keep farming. He just needs to keep farming until he closes that gold gap and actually get some serious damage in. But if we look at top lane now, Ling diving the Clint, gets the kill on the Clint with the ulti. That's a successful gank right there. The tower is going to be falling as well. Netan's going to try gank bot maybe, but I don't think this will be successful.
Well, you got that 2v1 over there on that Phobius. He's at half health. You kind of got Jawhead coming in too. We might see a little bit of a set from Jawhead, but we got a heavy rotation on top side. Taking over the second turret on the top. That is 2 turrets down top lane, man. They're literally hanging down to their last turret right now. They need to find some answers, and they got to find them fast. Currently TZ trying to return the favor, taking out this bottom lane, taking out the first turret, and they were successful in taking that out. A little bit of a mid clash going on. As RBO was focusing more of that mid lane. They're like, okay, you can take that bottom turret, but hey, we're gonna take your mid, and we're gonna keep applying that pressure. 7-1, a bit of a 6,000, almost 6,000 gold lead, man. This is huge early game for RBO.
Oh, Netan getting killed solo by the Ling again. Look at that Ling, just a complete counter for Netan. He can't run, he can't hide. Even in tower, he gets picked off by Ling's ult. They just traded 3 towers for 1 tower only, 1 mid and 2 top lane towers. That is crucial here. RBO definitely having the early game lead. 5k already, and we're only 6 minutes in.
We got a little bit of show boasting by Divine. He's definitely he knows they're in the lead, and he's not afraid to show it. You got 3 of them rotating back over on TZ. Natan kind of currently he looks like he's about to go for his farm, but I'm just gonna give it to RBO early game. They won the early game fight, and now it looks like we're gonna slowly start transitioning into mid game. I do think that TZ they got it have a little bit of a stronger presence, man, but they are down by gold. So in this type of situation, they really kind of have no choice. They got to sit back and they got to farm. They got to get that gold. They need to get their items. And currently, RBO, they're not letting go, man. They're keeping that pressure. They have Beatrix over there running with Mathilda for that, sustainability. Esmeralda clearing these objectives when needed. Ling, has that great mobility. Taking out Phobius, taking out Clint. What a huge play.
Clint just trapped in his tower, can't even escape. Ling jumping him as well, along with the Phobius. That's got to be traumatizing.
Man, I definitely I see RBO. They're their foot's on the gas, man, and they're not letting up. But one mistake could be costly. I don't think it'd be a game changer, but I think that's what TZ needs them to do. TZ needs to be a little bit more patient and just wait. I see a lot of times when a team has the early game advantage and they get a little too greedy, and then that greed ends up, evening out the game for the enemy team. So I want to see if they actually end up messing up or if they're going to play, more on the safe side. RBO does have the huge advantage. Definitely huge gold lead. This is more of that snowball effect we've been seeing, all day today. And it goes down to these rotations. It goes down to these early game kills, getting the turtle when needed and getting these objectives.
There we go. Maybe a little greedy. Shadox flies into the tower, killing the Veil. Not greedy at all. Just finds the kill easily. And now he gets trapped behind the tower walls, but they get the mid tower and the Veil kill, as well as the Jawhead kill.
Oh my goodness.
It's power Phobius.
That's gonna hurt them. I mean, they have Phobius, and you look at TZ's team, and 4 out of their 5 teams players have Flicker. So that's fun for Phobius. That's a fun day for Phobius if he utilizes that right. Then he did right there, taking out that Veil. That was a really smart play on his side. TZ being more on the defensive side now. Looks like they're grouping up a little bit tighter together, not being as spread out as they were before. And hopefully, they can capitalize. Wow, what a good set in on Ultimate by Export, but unable to get away. Gets Immortality. Looks like they're still applying damage. Does he get away? That Ultimate over there by Esmeralda, securing the kill. Ling taking him out. What a godly play by Ling and Esmeralda right there, man. And, it's currently 12-3. I don't know, man. Do you think TZ has what it takes, based off the gold you see and where they're currently at to turn the tide on this fight?
We're already seeing RBO starting to get greedy. They might need to dial it back a little bit because they're getting picked off now. Just 2 pickoffs just then. They might have traded a few kills, but you can see Talisman's damage is like starting slowly, like to build up. You know, they need to be careful because they don't have any late game against Talisman at all,
And
especially Sun.
and also before cut you there, all my catchword, which is it's all about late game. Yeah, it's all about late game right now. If Talisman actually can hold a defense a lot, and they can actually win the very late game once Nathan get full build. And like, what do you guys think so far about this game?
Yeah, that's the report.
I feel like they can come back. Like you said, it's about late game. If Natan can just get his items, get his gold, he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with later in this game. We are 10 minutes in. That's past the halfway mark. Xborg be able to keep them back, and it looks like their snowball is starting to slow down a little bit. So, like you said, if they want to close out, if they do want to get this win, they just got to be a little bit more patient. RBO does, but I want to see a huge clash.
Look at this
Wow.
I was gonna mention the item. Netan just barely got his second item, and we're 11 minutes in. Ling already has his fourth item. This is gonna be game here. No competition on the dive.
Oh my gosh. No competition at all. What a play, man. Phoebe is diving into the base. It didn't die. What a play, man, over there on their side. That was a snowball effect, man. That was a really good play on them.
Yeah. Also, the Poppies didn't die though. What a good dash from him. Pretty good. He didn't die. He went to their base and he didn't die. Wow.
They're the ones that paid the price for him going to their base. That's rough. That's
Yep.
gotta hurt.
Yep.
I think
Let's thank you for shoutcasting, and we're gonna get back to different game now. So, so Wizzy and also Sins, you wanna say anything else?
Both good job on both sides. Definitely that was round one. That was a snowball. So we want to see what TZ does to going into the second round, what their plan is, because you got to stop that snowball effect and you got to stop it early.
they might get more early game heroes now. They need that early game core. They're gonna try to pick up their assassins because Tequila is an assassin, man. So he might actually need to start picking up one of his assassins instead of banning them all.
Exactly. All right. Let's go.
Your team is
Someone live stream to me.
It's on. It's live stream right now. Go check. Hello. Yes. So this is game 2. Let's begin. So what do you think? So imagine, what do you think they're gonna ban this game?
I was not invited, so I cannot see the bans or the picks.
It's on the live.
Someone's gonna have to do it.
So Steph Wizzy.
your team is banning.
So with this, I don't know. You know, it's interesting to see from the last game. You know, the heavy hitters on RBO's side was definitely that Ling. He did really well, that Phovius. So I maybe taking out some of their secret weapons. But you know, we do see the first ban being Yuzong. We do see Ruby getting taken out as well. So it looks like they're taking out, you know, some of these sustainable heroes. Taking out that Grok again. So those are some interesting picks. You know, currently on the second ban for RBO. I'm really interested to see who they're going to pick this, you know, going into the second ban as well. Lots of choices, though, you know.
Is banning.
I don't expect a Natan getting banned or anything of that. You know, they weren't even, TZ wasn't even able to capitalize their Natan that during that game. So they might not be as worried with that. So there's a lot of room. There's a lot of room for RBO with their bans on who they're going to pick. You know, they choose Cho. Taking him out of there, going into the third and final ban for TZ. So I wonder. I'm not sure who their last ban is going to be, though. You know, there's just so many options right now
many options.
on either side.
If the TZ playing smart, that will most likely be gonna be Nathan, because I would say number 1 Nathan, which is Divine, is pretty good with Nathan. And even though if enemy has assassin, he can handle what assassin is, because he knows what to do with
Always
Nathan.
on the way.
So that
Your
Ben, unfortunately,
team
they
is
ban
banning.
Matilda. It's very good Ben as well for the TZ team, and also about the Rebellion Outlaws team. They have one of the good Matilda players as well. So let's see what Tofu gonna ban right now. Is that a ban? Yeah, third ban. So
You
what-
know, yeah, to take out Mathilda. So that's a good pick. Esmeralda. Wow.
That's a huge from them. I think they will try to pick Povius. You know how Povius worked last game. So do you think that like Rebellion Outlaw gonna pick Povius this game as well? Because we see a
I think
Povius
that-
gameplay. So what do you think?
I can see them pulling out Phobius. I mean, Phobius is definitely still a viable option here. It worked out really well for them on the last match. You know, it might work out for them here. You know, Xborg's still an option too. There hasn't been an Xborg pick yet. You know, they did take out that Esmeralda, so I could see Xborg being picked. No, I know I'm expecting to see a Natan. I'm expecting to see an Xborg inside of these matches. Not a Ruby though. They took out Ruby, so there's just so many good options on the table, and they actually go for Paquito nice and early. Wow, over there on Mojito with Paquito.
Paquito? Oh, very good pick with Povius though. Like if Paquito dash Povius is like, yeah, give me the dash, let me jump on you. You know, that's what Povius gonna do. You know, so let's see from the growth chance. So what he's gonna pick. You know, either he gonna swap with he swapped with Nathan. As I say, Divine gonna go Nathan.
Here goes that Nathan. Oh, it's gonna be that's gonna be a hard fight if they let him get, you know, mid to late game. It's gonna be really good on his side. So you see a Vexana and a Kagura, a double mage combo. I don't know if they're really gonna go with it or if they're just kind of sitting on them. But you know, I really want to see who they pick. Currently, you know, they only have a fighter. They might be. We are probably gonna expect to see a mage pick here though. We see heavy magic on RBO's side, so they are going to have to even it out a little bit more and get some physical damage on their side, maybe a physical tank as well. So
yeah, also about Omar Rizzo, I think he's a Selena player. So I've known him as a mage player, and Tequila, I'm not sure he's a he's assassin player.
Let's go.
He swapped with Akai and Pasa is very good pick with the long distance, and also Akai can use his ulti to avoid the team fight as well and help the team as well to escape. Akai can do many ways to help the team in team fight. Either he was stunned while he's using Kung Fu Panda thing to roll over around to on the wall. And yeah, very good pick, which is Akai.
And you looking over there on RBO's side, it looks like they might not be using Natan as their jungler. They might be actually doing an off lane, and it looks like they got a little bit of a Fanny or a Lancelot. It looks like that's what they're gonna do. It's gonna be Natan off lane, or
Tofu.
maybe even mid, depending on how they play it out. So I wonder what TZ is gonna do to answer that, because they do got Lancelot on the board, they do got Natan, and normally you would have Phobius to counter that Lance, but they also have Phobius on their
Phobius,
team, so they got a
exactly.
really solid pick going into
Yes,
this.
yes, exactly. And Tofu, I would say again, Tofu is a good player for which is a Lancelot player. He's pretty fast. He's decent player, which is with this Lancelot. So I'm like, I'm shocked that a TZ didn't ban Nathan and Lancelot. So and very good ban from a TZ, which is Kufra, to counter the pick.
Wow, they banned Kufra, but I guess they have a Kai, so taking that Kufra out, they are missing a tank. Them taking out Ling for them, it was a really huge pick. I was gonna expect, honestly, I thought TZ would pick Ling just because they had a Kai, and that's a really good lineup, having that Kai and that Ling in the same team. So they currently are on their last ban over there for TZ. They know they need a tank. They need a mage as well. So I really want to see what they run for this. Or if they don't go mage, I wonder what their plan is. So this is going to be an interesting last draft for TZ.
Yes, and interesting ban gonna be soon. So I need to check on TZ what they're thinking what to ban. So they were thinking, oh, they have one more tank to go. So what tank they should ban, or either they're gonna ban mage. So they were thinking either support or tank ban. So they're still thinking though.
And there's not too many options. I mean, Cooper was banned, Mathilda was banned. So it's like, what is their pick? They banned Lunox, taking out another mage, a heavy hitting mage on top of that. So now we're currently going on for RBO's side. Looks like they're thinking about a little bit of a Rafaela gameplay. I know you guys said that Rafaela is a heavy hitting support hero over there on your, on the Australian server, or maybe even at Estes. I know Estes even on the NA server is a pretty big deal right now. So giving that heal for the whole team, that's very huge. Keeping your team in the battlefield, definitely a viable option, especially when Mathilda's taken out. So looks like they're going to be picking their support right now, and it looks like it might be Rafaela, and it is Rafaela. So it looks like we have our support.
That will be annoying for the TZ team because Rafaela is pretty good. You'll see with Ice Queen Bill. Ice Queen Bill with Rafaela slow down the enemy, and the enemy will be hella slow, and she can annoy the team in team fight as well. And also check the bushes with his second skill, and showing like if enemy is in the bush or not. She can check actually with his second skill. Actually, it was the first or second skill with her. Yes, and also the pick from the Clean and Roger though. What do you think of this pick?
So, I mean, we know Clint's going to be in the gold lane. I think that's a very good option to have Clint. They need a little bit more magic, though. So I feel like Bane might actually work out better.
Yes.
They do have range already with Farza. So I would say Bane would be a more viable option. They have Roger in there as well. So it looks like we got the last pick being Xborg. And that's interesting. I was going to say Xborg. And so it's going to be Xborg and Phobius in the off lanes and Natan in the mid. Looks like that's their plan on that. And then, Roman. So that's a pretty solid pick. I didn't expect Xborg. I thought maybe they were going to go Beatrix, honestly. I mean, they had Natan too. So that would have been a little bit too much marksman. So that's a good pick over there on RBO's side.
Yes.
In terms of who has the early game, that's hard, man. Both sides have really good heroes. I mean, you know what they say: you feed the Roger, you win the game. So, but the same thing, you let it go to late game, and Natan's gonna delete everybody. So,
Yes.
especially Divine's Natan, as I'm hearing, he's a very pro Natan player. So,
As you see right now, Australian number one.
Aus one.
What would your
Australia number
predictions
one.
be? What would your predictions be for this match?
Prediction. I'll go for both team. I love both team. Not to get offended though. I would say Rebellion Outlaws will win. They're pretty good solid team, which is they got the mains hero. So I would say that, and they're doing good so far. So what do you think so far, Wizzy?
Well, if we've seen from the last game, RBO had just a completely snowball effect in the early game and all the way out to the late game. Didn't really have too much, contest to their objectives. and just seeing the team that they kind of have now, they actually have Natan. You know, they didn't have Natan last match, and they still won. So having Natan this match is going to be even harder to deal with. You know, so I see RBO winning the early game, but like I said, you know, hopefully the enemy team, hopefully TZ learned from their mistakes of the last match and change their gameplay and their game plan going forward.
And yes, take it away, Rabbit. Yeah, was it Rabbit? Yeah.
Yeah, there's the retribution to their side. They got the first one. Nothing too much happening.
We got some good gameplay over here. You know, you currently got Bane trying to fight that export. Export able to push him back. Bane being more on the aggressive side, trying to clear out those minions, and that's what makes Bane really good, having that mobility. You know, so 3v1 situation though. Bane's gonna need a little bit of help. As you know, it looks like they were prepping for a gank, but they pushed back when they seen a Kai. You know, currently both sides going for their farm, both junglers getting their farm now. You know, we got that Paquito versus Phobius in the bottom lane though. You know, that's definitely a fight to see. You know, Paquito definitely has to watch out for those dashes when it comes to Phobius's ultimate. So we are getting 2 minutes into the game. Nobody's had first blood yet, so nobody's being too aggressive, not too greedy. But it's going to be really interesting when this turtle play comes to effect and what team capitalizes on that.
Exactly. And also about the game right now so far, they're holding up so good so far with the goal lead. They're only 300 different. They're not much different though. And they're like about the Rebellions Outlaw, they're gonna contest Turtle soon. So do you think they're able to steal it? Roger able to steal the Turtle? Who is it?
And it looks like they're going for Turtle. I mean, it looks like RBO, you know, we know they're better on taking these objectives, but it looks like they're being a little bit more aggressive with TZ. Turtle taken out by Akai. What a huge play. Just jumped in there and took it, man.
Use his Kufu Panda.
Oh my goodness.
That Kufu Panda jump in and get that Turtle though.
Yeah, and you know, he didn't. Did he get taken out? No, he didn't get taken out either. So no, actually he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He did get taken out, but I feel like it was worth it. He gave, you know, everybody on his team a little bit of additional gold. Didn't allow RBO to get too much of an advantage from that gold. It's still pretty even though. It's on anybody's side. But that was a huge play by Akai, man. That I expect to see more going forward from him. You see Bane currently fighting with Exborg top lane. Not too much going on up there. Rafaela might be planning for a gank to kind of help him out, but you know, Kai kind of keeping her at bay. Bottom lane though, we got this Paquito just getting double teamed over there by Phobius and Lancelot. Lancelot taking the objective, taking the tower. Phobius taking advantage of his ult, unable to capitalize, hitting the flame shot and taking out Paquito, man, and that will help Lancelot continue to get his gold. You know, taking out that first tower's gold was huge, and they almost took most of it, man. You know, Phobius continued to clear the lane. That was a huge play. You know, it brought him up 2 kills. And it got him a little bit more ahead in gold, only by 800 though. So I still don't want to say it's one-sided. It's still anybody's game, but you know, they need to step it up a bit. TZ needs to answer for these 2 kills that they got. Maybe, you know, Turtle's coming in the next 30 seconds, so that might be the chance for them to be able to gain back, you know, and kind of balance this out because it's starting to tip a little bit, but not too much. But we know RBO, you know, they don't let their foot off the gas, and if they don't answer and they don't answer fast, they are going to take the early game away from them.
So Rabbit.
No, good. You guys are doing a great job.
Unmute myself. Alright, let's go, guys. Also the taking turtle part. Well, Wizzy, like you know how you say.
Looks like
yes.
Yeah, they're getting that turtle play again. You know, we said RBO is really good at rotating these objectives, and looks like they took it again. You know, increasing that gold lead. Now they're up by 2,000, and this is common. What we've been seeing in their matches is RBO taking these early game objectives. Lancelot going to try and steal their blue, able to get their blue as well. Man, that's turtle and enemy blue buff that they've taken from them, and that just slowly increased that gold lead. 2.4k, up by 2 kills. And if you look at the bottom tower, the bottom turret, it's almost at a fourth of health, and that's
Also,
huge.
and
These are some huge plays over by RBO.
yes, and also RBO like Xbox tried to cut the lane from the top lane, and you see how he cut lane, and it's gonna go help mid lane. He tried to cut this lane, and then not gonna let the Bane get the gold lead.
Hmm.
And
Nakai
smart
taking
play,
out Phobius.
and a smart play mid lane though. Mid lane tried to push, and a bot lane fight over Lancelot, and very good
Ne-
flicker. Is it a flicker from Paquito? A very good flicker in the bush. Unexpected flicker though.
Huge play, huge play. And taking that mid lane, especially this early in game, taking that mid turret is crazy. Akai able to get away from that Lancelot, having that, being the tank, being able to take that damage is huge. And, they even took the top tower. They took the top turret over there. Export was able to capitalize on that as well. So early game, I don't know, man. We might be seeing a little bit of a snowball effect. They're up by 3,000 gold now. Almost to 4,000. What do you think? Do you think do you think that TZ's gonna have an answer for this, or do you think that the lead's just slowly gonna continue to increase and kind of be put in the same situation as the last match?
Well, they're gonna try that hard to get that buff, and they're gonna try that hard to defend this match, because this match they wanna win this game. So if they win this game, they can go another match. If they lose this game, they will be eliminated completely, which is no third run for them. So they want to defend as soon as possible, and also the gameplay they're doing, they're trying to defend Akai with a nice ulti, and also good gameplay from
Your audio skipping, King.
And yes.
And what a huge play. Lancelot able to take out. Looks like they took out their Kai. That was a good play. Roger over there taking out Phobius, man. TZ having some answers, trying to give some pushback, 2 to 4. Really solid on TZ's side for that push, but they're still being aggressive over there. And Lancelot still fighting, taking out their Bane. What a huge play by Lance. Natan barely able to get out, but gets out and gets away.
Exactly.
Kai trying to push him back, man. They're able to push him off, and it looks like RBO is going to push back for a little bit. They're like, hey, we're winning in objectives. We've got almost every single one of their turrets. We got them right where we want them at, man. This is the early game effect that we seen in the last game, and it's looking like the snowball is starting to increase, man. And
Yes.
speaking of increase, looks like RBO is going for that turtle again and takes it.
Sometimes if you make one mistake, that is each other game. So if RBO make one mistake, then it will be TZ's game. It will be, if TZ would make a mistake, it will be RBO game. So it's either games, So if its priority is a push tower, they want to end this as soon as possible, because they don't want to make Roger fat as well. So what do you think with it? So far so well. Like if the TZ prediction, TZ hold this up so far, will they able to win late game or not?
So I think TZ they have to be a little bit more. It's kind of hard. They can't really be that much aggressive as they could have early game. I feel like it's a little late for that. They need to defend and farm.
Ooh,
But Natan's starting to get this increase in gold, starting to get a kill too. Natan, this is where he's about to start shining at. They got him where they want him, and it's gonna be a hard fight. If TZ wants to hang in there, they have to have some tight plays. They have to defend and farm. Lancelot getting greedy, Bane taking advantage, taking him out. And this is what we said, when a team's in the lead like this, sometimes they start taking riskier plays, high risk, high reward. And that's what we've seen right there with that Lancelot, 3 to 6. It's still more leaning on RBO's side, but it's not unwinnable by TZ by any means. They just have to play a little bit tighter together, and they can definitely get a comeback. This is what epic comebacks are. This is where they're made from,
Yes, exactly. And a quick item check. What do you think of the items, PJ?
So,
about
looking at their items. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Huge clash. Oh no! Rafaela barely able to get away.
Ooh.
Looks like Far's using that ult, trying to keep them at bay. Export with his ult, trying to get that Akai. Flicker ult to the Akai, but unable to hit his ult. Natan continuing that farm, and looks like they're going to go for that lane. I don't know if they'll be able to take it currently. They still got minions pushing up toward them. Looks like Natan's about to start working on Lord. This is huge in objectives. In terms of items, we're looking at the items. We're looking at Paquito currently starting to build Dominance Ice. He wants to kind of counter this Rafaela. Dominant Slice was made by Akai as well, so it looks like they're slowly starting to try and counter them and trying to find some answers. But RBO has a fast pace of play, man, and you know it's like a dance. You know, TZ has to keep up, man. You know they need to keep up with them, and right now they're just moving a little too fast. They are. They're taking these objectives. They're pushing out when they need to push it out, and then they're getting right back in there to not give TZ any breathing room. So I feel like they need to just play tight together, wait for them to mess up, and just wish for the best. You know, we currently got Lord pushing in over there on RVO side as well. We're going to be seeing them taking this mid turret. They took the mid turret, and now we're down to our final inhibitors for TZ.
Yes, exactly. And you take so will they able to TZ defend this tower? Like will RBO like end this tower or not? Oh, Akai with his good ulti though, and his good
You
save.
cut a little bit, King. I think your audio cut, but
My audio.
Yeah, you're skipping into there, King, bro.
Oh,
But
sorry.
it looks like they got a huge clash going on. Mid lane turret taken out by Natan. Huge clash going on. They're trying to seal the deal. They know that if they win this game, RBO takes out TZ since they did win the first one. Able to take the top lane turret. Far's using the ult, trying to keep him at bay. Almost able to get him. Roger capitalizing on the high damage that Far's put out and able to take out some of RBO, you know, taking out that Phobius. These are huge plays. Taking out that Rafaela. Far as it's taking out Xborg, you know, this was a huge play. This is what TZ needed. But the question is, what are they going to do with this?
Question what they're gonna do with this. TZ gonna try to take they're gonna try to push mid, and they're gonna clear top and lane, and then Roger's gonna go in with his first and second skill, which is like wolf mode. And do you think so? Like about TZ though, like they can come back if RBO make one more mistake. They can actually like finish in mid, because the cooldown time for the death is pretty decent time right now on 40-second, 30-second for the cooldown death. So yes.
Yep.
And can you also
You see that Bane getting a little, you know, more on the defensive or offensive side, taking that turret, and is he going to be able to recall in time though? Looks like Phobius was able to catch him. Phobius using that ult, not wasting any time. You got a bit of a clash between them two. And speaking of clashes, you know, in the bottom lane, they're trying to fend off that last inhibitor. Phobius able to take out that Bane. What a huge play! Lancelot over there trying to dash in, trying to get these final kills. They're really trying to end this game in under 15 minutes, and it might be possible. Farza with that ult. Xborg gets a little too close, not having that immortality, taking out Xborg. That's a huge play, but you know, they have some answers. They have this Natan, they have a Lancelot, they have a Phobia still in play. Lancelot not backing off, not afraid to be by himself. Able to take out that Far as a way to target the mage. That is a huge play. He knows that's one of their secret weapons. They're heavy damage dealers. Takes her out. So now all we have is Akai, you know, Akai, Roger, and Bakito. And I don't know, man. This is a tough fight. They do have more on their side though. So about a 4v4 clash going on right now.
Exactly.
So it's a hard clash. I don't know. Do you think we're seeing possibly an end right here?
No, I don't think so. If they can defend this, then I don't think so. They tried their best. Like TZ tried to their best to defend this, so they just want to win that late game. And also, if TZ actually holding up so far so good on the like just say 16 or 15 minute, the TZ will actually come back if RBO make one wrong move, TZ will end it. Because like as I say, Bane has very good huge damage late game as well, and Roger is pretty good, a good counter for the aggressive mode. If they're Lloyd, Rogers can go in and kill. Predict like what do you think so far? If they're like like how is he gonna win? If they kill their main damage dealer or no?
Well, if TZ wants to win, I mean, it's going to be hard. You know, they're taking Lord again. They were able to secure Lord. If they want to win, first, you know, they need to watch out for Lancelot. They need to keep Farza alive. Farza is their range. You know, she has the most range out of everybody on their team. So she definitely needs to be in these fights. And they got to make sure that they don't take her out. You know, they have, if you look at their heavy damage dealers over on RBO's side, Natan is a heavy hitter. They got to take out this Natan. They got to take out this Lancelot, man. They have just really good picks, especially when it comes to these high, you know, paced clashes. And I just feel like it's like right at this point, it's keep Farza alive, man. Farza is hitting pretty hard. Let Farza do the main damage, and then have Roger come up and clean house is probably going to be their plan. Have Paquito be the sustainability. But here we go with the huge clash. Lord pushing in here. Everybody's duking it out, man. They're trying to fend him off. TZ trying to fight for their tower. Looks like Lord's able to take half of the tower's health. Phobia's going in with this ult. Taking out Natan getting that double kill. Oh my goodness, that was a huge play. So much going on at once. But in the midst of all of it, minions pushing the tower, Lord pushing the tower, and RBO winning the game.
Yes, exactly, and that was a good gameplay from RBO. As I said, they have pretty good damage. Like as I said, RBO make like using their own main heroes for the Nathan, the first win of the day, and Povius another pick to counter them. Also with the dashes they have it. And Nathan can actually make dash to make the enemy can use his dash. So what do you think so far of
That
this
second
game?
skill.
Like, yeah, well done from the both team, by the way. Like Arabian Outlaws and Talisman though, they make a good show, to be honest. Pretty good gameplay from both, and some people would able to learn on this gameplay. So Wizzy, what do you think so far?
I think we saw that snowball effect again. It would look like TZ in the end they had the chance to possibly stop it, but they were just a little too fed and too early, and it's easier said than done. And RBO had an excellent rotation. TZ, I just feel like they lose these fights just a little too early, and it's costly. Giving them these turtles, these good ganks over there. Divine letting Divine lock Natan was kind of a huge thing too. That was kind of a big play for them. He's a top Natan player, so definitely don't want to let Natan get in his hands. And that's what happened. He went 5-0-2. You gave him the secret weapon he needed, and he used it. So maybe in the future, maybe work on the draft pick a little bit more too, and not give him these heavy hitters.
Exactly. Yep. And well done from both team, by the way. And then I like look like wait, give me a second.
Wait, what?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, guys, this is it for tonight, and thank you for coming. And also,
Wait.
It's not it. It's not it.
it's not it. Sorry, it's not
No,
it.
sir. You didn't
No,
hear me.
sir.
It's AJK versus RBO. This is the finals for tonight.
Yes, this is final for tonight. I'm sorry. Yes.
Well done, B.
Come back, guys. Come back.
Yo.
Let's go.
Imagine kick it off.
Your team is
All right, back again. New match, Rebellion Outlaws, AJK. First ban going to Rebellion. See if they go with Respect ban or Meta ban.
No need to use the two teams. They're both pretty dominant in this server, you know. Not,
Yeah, both of these teams, very prominent teams, very well known. Both respect bans immediately. That's good to see. Know that they're more scared of each other's strong suits than they are of the meta. So that's that's going to be a good game.
This is a good band so far. Netan and Yuzong, you know, we've seen good Netan gameplay from Divine, and Yuzong definitely Zento's speciality.
That's it. And you can see they're taking their time with their draft bans. You know, they're making sure that they discuss and communicate and figure out what's best.
Yeah. Oh, I should mention this. RBO vs AJK is best of 3. This is going to be the final game for tonight. Like the final game, as in best final.
Final series. Yes.
And also don't forget subscribe and likes, guys.
Oh my God, bro, King. King, you should just stay quiet for this whole time.
We will not forget. Just as everyone else should not forget. It's a long red rectangle button with the right writing, and it says subscribe. Go ahead and whack it real hard.
King's gonna do like an eight epic skin giveaway, you know, when he hits like
a Lance band and a Hayabusa. We're seeing a higher. Usually, I don't see this many assassins banned. Usually, people seem to be going for the off lanes.
I think this is respect bans here. AJK actually, we see Haya and Lance banned. That's both of Chao's assassins banned now. So AJK might go with Vuti on the core with YSS.
That's it. If they're able to force the AJK out of their comfort zone, then that'll already be a great start for them before the game gets started. Let's see what AJK goes for the final ban.
I think AJK,
knowing that the blue side is first pick.
I think AJK will spice it up.
Ooh,
bit of a bulk ban.
A little fiery. They might go with Esme first pick here. There's a few options. Esme, YSS, Mithura, even Paquito.
I'm surprised you haven't named Paquito.
You know what, man? Like it's been a long day. It's been a long night. All right.
Yeah, well, it's been a long day for RBO as well. Well, let's hope they don't forget Paquito, because that is definitely one of the best openers currently.
But Paquito is, I don't think
Paquito and Esme. Yep, there we go.
If they pick Paquito, they will get Esme and Mithura. That's deadly.
Yeah, it's a bit too deadly, and I feel like as good as Paquito is, Esme's just that utility hero. You know, she shuts down the entire realm of shields.
But we do know AJK is not scared of Esme, dude. They can go Ruby, like they already got the Lunox to counter the Esme. AJK is very heavy on the Lunox gameplay. No.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm sure these guys bump into each other plenty in rank anyways, and they know the feel of what they should be picking against each other. And there you go, there it is, the Ruby pick. Ruby and Lunox, we've seen this before as a combo in the tournament. Great together.
I think we might see Mithura and Shadox pull out his key for gameplay. I don't think he can actually go for another magic offlane, because then they'll have too much magic.
Very risky.
Mm-hmm. We might see Paquito. Honestly, Paquito is a really good pick here for Shadox, you know? I mean, just...
Ooh. Yeah, there it is. Divine on the eve. So 3 magic from the side so far, 2 of which being damage dealers. So still respectable.
Paquito's still open, man. Like, like Eve pick right now, it's pretty, like, questionable, because, like, AJK's already got, you know, their mage in Lunox. And if they did study, that Lunox is not offlane, because that's their only that's their mage player right there, Rio.
That's it. Yeah, I agree. If the enemy's sorted out their mage, then I feel like that should be a lower priority for you to sort out next, as you want to kind of put a step between you and the enemy by picking something that they might pick, which also stops them from picking it. So it's like a plus for you and a negative for them. And I agree, they should have gone for a role that the other team hasn't locked down yet.
Vuti got Eamon. You know, Eamon's a very good pick here, because now Okay, what King?
King?
King.
Sorry.
You good?
Sorry, some error. Some error.
He can just let out
Yeah.
all the stress from the
I
past.
do feel Amon will be a good pick here. Not that he's a direct counter to Esmeralda, but I do feel like Major Burst is one of the few things that can give you that brief second to just kill Esmeralda. So
There's
I
a-
feel like him here is going to be very useful.
There's a
You see the
Bane.
Bane ban.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Charles is very limited now. He only has his Aldo, Liamore left, and maybe in a Bruno goal lane. So Charles' heroes are getting banned off here. Ling ban against Tofu. Tofu
Your team
gameplay. They might
is banned.
force Tofu on Granger or YSS here, which both aren't good to VS Aemon. So very nice draft by AJK so far.
Yeah, they're very well thought out. Got a good combination of meta and comfort.
But if we see here, AJK's got RBO's got their final ban. Let's see, will they ban a tank? Maybe they ban off the Kufra, force out the Dread. Aldos.
Ooh, the Aldous.
Chow, they're forcing Chow. Chow's got very limited heroes right now.
See, I'm wondering if that's going to cost them, though. They seem to be targeting one player's hero pool quite well, and it makes me wonder if it's going to leave the other guys open to run rampant a bit.
One guy's already picked, so they can target one guy.
Your team is picking.
Unless they target the two
There it
tanks.
is. Kufra. Nothing directly counted, but at the same time, such a solid all-around tank.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen Sim work with Rio really well. Kufra and Lunox. Fanny into a Kufra that was just picked, and into a Ruby as well. A madman.
I'm not going to lie. I would be a fan of seeing this. You know, this could just be that.
Yeah.
You know, just that brag. Weird flex. But do it.
I'm a fan of seeing a Fanny. Okay, no, it's really late.
Oh, he was just building up the anticipation for everyone before he locked what he knew he was going to block.
Oh, the Liam Ward, I called it. He has like one hero left, and that's the Liam Ward and the Bruno.
There it is. They don't have a marksman, so it would be a good idea.
Never seen his 1-1 before? Maybe? Something unexpected? Show me. His Leslie.
Show me that buffed Leslie.
Yeah, I think he needs a marksman here, actually, so...
Yeah, they do.
But,
if they have the marksman here, they're going to have the late game that can keep up with that YSS.
I do want to say one thing.
It's definitely a need. What's that?
1-1's hard countered by Lapu. If Lapu goes against in lane against 1-1, 1-1's going to get, like, absolutely destroyed. And with Bruno, like...
Do you think?
Yeah, Lapu beats 1-1 in lane. Like, that's 100%.
Even with the Wind of Nature first item. Easy. Alrighty.
Let's get into the game. We have very good lineup here. I think I actually do prefer RBO's lineup more here, favorable.
Yeah, I agree. They both have good elements of single target damage, but also that team fight damage. But when it comes to the side of RBO, that Eve is just crazy. The Lapu Lapu as well. I can see a lot of damage popping off. Their zone for fighting is a lot bigger than the team fight zone for the AJK side.
AJK's does look like a more experimental pick, but if we click into Affinity, you can see all the affinity with each other. Level 3, they've been playing together for for tons of time now. All the Infinity level 3. It's a small pickup.
All right, here we go. First game of this series. We got Esmeralda Gold Lane versus the Bruno, Ruby versus the Lapu. Moving up fast.
I think they should put the Lapu in gold lane more, because like Esme on Bruno is not like the most favorable thing for Esme. Well, maybe Bruno.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the bottom's going to be a stalemate for quite a while, and the top is likely to be the same. Whereas if they were to swap those lanes, they may have one snowball lane and one lane that's just barren. See early flashes. Flicker being used by the Lunox. Looking like Mathilda's going to go down here. Pops a flicker. Makes it away. Let's see if Kufra continues to go in. Everyone makes it away. Lapu moving up.
very nice.
Breakaway.
You know, this is good invade. We can see it here now. Both
Yeah,
teams.
for sure.
Very,
A good amount of aggression too. It's nice to see a game that's not completely, still water until 3 minutes. We can see top Bruno leading in poke against the Esmeralda. Able to play it safely and play it well. Lapu and Ruby staying very passive. You see red side moving towards top, looking for a possible gank after that green buff. Level
Eamon
4.
this might be deadly here. Eamon's level 4. He can go for a straightaway solo kill.
That's it. I think this may end up being a double if he decides to do it in the right order. But red side rocking up, joining the fight, heavily outnumbering him, splitting them apart. And we end up with nothing. I think they know that they want to move down towards that turtle and get that as a higher priority rather than risking team fight that could go either way. Or we see Kufra jumping on the mage, but the mage able to flicker away. Amon making sure. Yeah, forced to recall. If he knew that, I think Amon could have gone for that turtle, but he definitely wants that blue first.
Alright, imagine I'm gonna do play by play now, by the way, so I'll do the shoutcast thing. Alright. So Eamon goes in on the Lapu there. Lapu went in way too deep into the tower, took 2 tower shots before the Eamon cleans him up. That's overextended by the Lapu. But, still can't turtle. For two members of AJK forced to recall now.
That's it.
So
top lane losing.
Yeah. Esme on Bruno, that's pretty rough for Esme.
That is.
Rough days.
Bruno
However,
forced to flicker out as he made a misplay.
Oh, Mathilda also forced the flicker out. All the flickers being popped here. Lunox does flicker as well with the black ulti, trying to find a kill, but no kills being found as Mathilda flickers out as well. This is a very stalemate, even game right now. Actually,
yeah,
a little.
We see red side igniting that turtle, getting it ready, knowing that they have the numbers. But we see blue side gathering together now and showing their presence.
Ruby failed to ult the Isunshin. Isunshin might be focusing on turtle here. He's going through the backside. You see his ult falling out now. Will Isunshin get
there we go.
Oh, but Isunshin retreat way too early. Eamon got that retreat win, but Isunshin maybe going too deep now, trying to chase that Kufra, but Eamon can't find anything off this.
Yeah, and Lapu with the huge plays there, doing some great stuff. Fitting in enough damage for the team to get it done.
We see the gold is like pretty even. However, I think AJK is pulling ahead by 500. Not too significant right now. Just half it out, just a little mini item away. But
yeah, that's it. And if you look at the individual gold, they're all super even.
Mm-hmm. Esme vs Bruno, pretty stalemate fight, pretty boring to watch. However, there might be a gank coming through. Bruno does not have his flicker yet. So if Grokchan does decide to hit him from the back here, okay, that's okay. You know what? Yeah, Grokchan decides to go from. You might get a really good
see
gank.
Ruby, the second person to build their full item, got that Haas clause, so we know that lane's going to get tougher. Esmeralda with Enchanted Talisman, and so far everyone else still scrapping for their first.
Picks up the Bruno, close. After Eamon comes in and just bursts him down in one shot. That's a failed gank right there. Not looking too well for RBO, and also Mathilda walking right.
Also, rough.
Wait, flicker, and also gets melted by the Lunox. Finally, full black ult, instant melt here. Lapu's also 0-2-1 right now to the Ruby.
Hopefully he's able to pick up that gold because he's playing pretty well, but yeah, unfortunately he's falling behind.
Arbia is just laning and ganking better. Laning and ganking.
We see a lane swap as well. Bruno in the bot lane now.
Spice it up.
That's it. Lunox able to go straight in on the YSS. Able to claim that kill all by herself.
This is a YSS kill. Mathilda forced to defend mid. YSS having no support at all. We can see RBO is falling apart here. Under the pressure of AJK. This is a very tough match for RBO. Already losing that early game, but
yeah, that's it. See the turtle being contested, but just not enough. That's 4v1.
Turtle for AJK again. Esme getting hunted down now. Esme just trying to run away. 4 people on him,
Yeah,
but
we might see a reverse here. Here we go. This is going to be a team fight to enjoy. Oh,
he misses it.
able to immune that ulti.
But he flickers out, however, but will they find the kill? But Eve ulti coming in huge. However, Lunox's white ulti also moving in, flickering in as well. Eamon finding the kill on the YSS now. Invis, you just can't see Eamon at all in the fight because, you know, he's fully invis and then he just pops out and does huge amounts of
Yeah, in
damage.
and out. Well done. That was a 2 for 2. Pretty even, but I'd say red side came out on top there as it was closer to their side, so they're able to take the jungle of blues.
Already a 2K gold gap falling toward, nearly a 3K gold gap falling towards AJK now. This is very
Yeah, and the gold gap isn't as huge, but when you look at the player gold individually, we see both the leading golders. They're both about even gold, but when it comes down to the rest of their team, the red side there on AJK is just trumping.
Ulti and jump onto the onto the enemy mage, and RBO's tank also getting found out there. Lunox damage is just so high with that full black ulti with the Kufra. That's a really good combo. However, both of them rotated away, so this might be a mid push we're looking for here from RBO. Aiming, but what lane?
Lapu possibly able to get a kill on Lunox, but not able to. The tank just slowing him way too much.
Probably should back out there, but, you know, he chose to fight and he got the consequences.
That's it. Oh, Tofu able to cut some collateral. I think that might be. Nah.
There we go.
Let's see. Oh,
overstaying.
Look at that.
Too much. But Eamon coming down now, rotating towards, maybe trying to find a kill onto the YSS, but YSS running away. But
great
Eamon,
map awareness.
Look at YSS. 1 HP barely managed to get away, but the tower has to be given up here.
Yeah, and he knows with that aim on movement speed, he has to walk all the way back to the fountain. There is no recalling. See Esme.
In a 1v2 maybe? Is he it out here? Lunox is coming in from behind. You see Zenta and Sim aren't using their ultis until Lunox comes, but Lunox unfortunately making it. Look at Eamon's damage right from behind onto Divine. Divine didn't even see him until the final moments before his eyes before his eyes.
That's it. And they've taken out the team fight mage. So this is going to be a turtle that's so much easier to take thanks to that takeout.
Look at
taking out the tank.
Off 1 by 1, falling out of position here. AJK having a time.
That's a free turtle. Yeah, we're looking at a blue side with no tank or support. That's just going to be a bit too rough. I wouldn't contest that at all, which they didn't, which is the best play they could have made. Well, let's see if they're able to make the most of this.
This is very tough game for RBO again. As I said this ton of time now. For a solo ulting again, getting Lapu managing to flicker out and dash.
That's it, and we see the Genius one coming in for the Eve, so a bit more damage is going to start coming through. We'll see how these team fights turn out.
Eve and Esme, so I think Team AJK will definitely be getting their Radiant armors soon. Can we have an item check, actually? Not now.
Yeah, I was just going through those myself. We see a team fight happening.
Never mind. Lunox fighting in. Ruby also flickering in ulti.
Yeah, that combo.
That's so strong.
Purified, just not enough. Maniac from the Eamon.
Yeah. Maniac for Eamon? Wow, Eamon stole all those kills from the Lunox and the Ruby.
100%. I gotta agree. The Lunox and the Ruby were just straight up MVP right there. That was just way too much of a combo. As we said in draft, Ruby and Lunox together, on paper it doesn't sound like it would, but when you see it happen, it's magic. It's brutal.
Brutal, magical, you know. AJK, I don't even think RBO has the late game. AJK definitely does hold the late game here.
Item check.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go into item check. If there's no team fight, actually, I don't think there'll be a massive fight here unless Kufra tries to ulti. Kufra does get the Mithud, and that's like the 3rd time Mithuda's being called out now. That's the 7th time Mithuda's being called out. by the Kufra. Nice sets from the Kufra. And Esme beats the Bruno in a 1v1. That's very nicely done. All right, let's have an item check now as Lord is coming up. So
let's see.
Mathilda actually being 8k gold. Mathilda right now being the second highest gold in the game, just 300 behind the
Mathilda?
no, not Mathilda, Esme. Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
Esmeralda having three items right now, going into his fourth, also building damage. So very interesting.
That's it. Esmeralda, I've been watching, and she's actually been tying for Amon with the gold lead for quite a while now. She's the only one keeping up.
Have I been calling Esmeralda and Mathilda? Oh my word.
Nah, just that one.
Just that one? Alright, it's fine. Then, alright, so, but you can
That
see
move forced to ulti to escape, but we see him moving up, able to help with that. But nothing
you can
happens.
see where the gold gap lies in the offlanes and the tank, you know? In one of the offlanes in the tank. Mathilda's gold falling 2k behind the Kufra. So Mathilda is actually very squishy right now. This might be...
Yeah, 100%. We see the red side grouped over Lord. Got the numbers, got the gold for it. They know that they're in a great position to take this, and they take it right up to the 12-minute mark.
And they can't even damage Kufra now. Kufra has like the same...
Oh, the Lunox with a beautiful flicker, but unable to get that.
She might get caught out now, but Divine cancels his ulti. Doesn't go for the full commit onto the Lunox, who just used all his abilities. Will likely be able to defend his lane here. I think because it's yes. Yep.
Yeah, they don't look to force anything until we get those super minions coming in, and then they're just going to go all in. Oh, but we do see Lunox a little bit out of position there, but that's good. I don't think they knew where the enemy was, so they didn't want to risk checking who else was in that bush.
So Lunox might be a must ban for the next game coming up.
Yeah, that's it. It's putting in a hell of a lot of work.
I can hear Albio's brains working right now for the next draft.
That's it.
Esme's still defending her lane. She's been in that lane for ages now, but we might see Eamon starting to gank her. Yep, she needs to abandon that tower.
Able to get a charge on that mid tower.
Oh, look at
Lunox
that.
going in deep again.
Oh, wait, there's a fight at mid. King's camera was focused on the top lane, but this might be the end game here. Lord falling onto the tower now. All of AJK's surrounding it. This might be the end. I think if AJK forces...
Yeah, they'll be able to get the minions in. That's a good game from RBO.
RBO? AJK.
That's the one.
Mix up with the
Analyzers,
teams.
would you like to take over?
Interesting game, you know, from both sides, but AJK definitely like stronger late game draft as well as more combos, you know. RBO might have
combos and the dominance early game was just a bit too much to get that snowball rolling.
Booty plus the Ruby, Kufra, and the Linux definitely made light work of RBO. So
yeah, 100%. They made it easy for their core. What would be your personal opinions on the MVPs for both teams?
MVP definitely for AJK is Kufra. He found that he picked out the Mathilda way too much for RBO to get any kind of snowball out. And also the MVP for RBO would definitely be the Esme. You know, she was just holding down the fort. She tried her best, but
100%. I agree with the Esme and that. And yeah, I would have to put it at 50-50 between that Lunox and Kufra. That Kufra was just so important with all those sets, and just even able to, as you said, set back that Mathilda so far to the point where RBO just didn't have a front line. Their tank was unfortunately nearly as squishy as everyone else, and that just made them so hard to do that team fight without Kufra just coming in and able to take so much on the chin and just not worry about it.
I think we might take a 1 minute intermission as we move into the next game. See you guys at game 2.
guys.
All in.
Your team is
Hi, for today's match, we have AJK and RBO. This will be the second match between these two teams. I'll be your play-by-play for this match. Margin will be our in-game analyst, and King will be helping out with the draft pick phase. Thank you. Take it away, boys.
Okay, am I? Okay. Alright, guys. So, about the band, first band from AJK, which is Nathan. Very good band because they have Nathan players and also Lancelot players, which is very good band. Main two band for, sorry. Let me start this over again. Nathan
Yeah,
and
that's the
Lancelot band.
Lunox.
Yes. You can go ahead, Since. Where are you? Rabbit.
See the Lunox banned, as Sins was expecting in the last game. He was mentioning that they might have to start banning that Lunox because that was a huge problem in the previous match. And I definitely think that they've realised that and they know that they need to get rid of that right now.
Exactly. And also, oh, very good bang from Eamon though. Eamon.
Yeah,
And,
they I think they're definitely scarred from that last game. Eamon and Lunox first bans. That's rough.
and also Kufra. Are you gonna see the Kufra band gonna be? Or nah?
I don't think so. I think the Kufra didn't counter anyone too hard. I think it was more just the Kufra played very well. You know, he picked his entries and his exits perfectly. Was just able to do so great. I don't think there's a lot they could have done about that one. We do see them doing the respect ban on that Lance again, knowing full well that Tofu's a Lance god. Got the Yuzong ban also.
Very
so we
good
do
band.
see those target bans.
Yes, the Nathan and Lancelot and Yuzong. Very good band to counter them, counter the RBO squad because RBO squad played those three different heroes, to be honest, and they
Yeah,
are
that's it.
very good.
They seem very scarred from that last game. I'm wondering if these last two bans are going to be the other two heroes that AJK was using.
Yes, indeed.
Just
And
ban out that entire team.
And also Rio, who play Beatrix, he's pretty good with Rio. Rio is pretty good with Beatrix, and he's pretty good on them on that. And then he's like either he gonna go mid lane or side lane, and both of them they are pretty good on that. And you see that Grotchen gonna go Kufra pick, or do you think is he gonna go Kufra or Grok pick? Because his name is a Grok Chan. He gonna go Grok or Kufra. What are you gonna see this game?
Oh, I 100% expect Kufra or someone with heavy CC. Anytime I've seen that Grok Chan go tank, you know, they just go straight for it. The tank that causes deaths, not the tank that gets the kills. And I feel like Rock Chan is definitely like me in that aspect. He loves causing the death of an entire enemy team, as opposed to taking their lives. We see the Kaja lock. That's a great pick that I haven't seen in this best of three just yet. Hasn't been banned, but hasn't been picked. But here we have it. See a lot of CC coming in the red side on RBO. No CC so far for AJK, but only one pick, so we'll see how we go.
Yes, indeed. And Charlie, what do you think so far? Which team gonna win? Charlie?
Give Charlie a second.
Yep. I think I think he muted himself. Yeah, and also yes, there you go. And also imagine
There it is.
there you go. There's an Esmeralda pick and Xbox picks, and very good pick.
Yeah, huge meta splash right there.
Indeed. And also
see if RBO's gonna return fire.
AJK and vs RBO, they both are very strong team. They both did very good hella shows, to be honest. Because RBO need to win this game to go to the next round. And both team need to go to win this game to go to next round. So whoever winning this game, they will go to the second round, and there is best out of three.
Yeah.
Either of them gonna
I
win.
do think that RBO definitely needs this win a hell of a lot more, though. If they lose it right here, they don't have another chance. If AJK is able to secure this second win in the best of three, then, you know, straight through. So I think RBO here, I think they might have spent the last half of last game strategizing for the next game, knowing that that was a bit of a snowball, and, you know, they're preparing for this game, and they're going to make this game the one where it really counts.
Yes, indeed. And then also about the draft pick so far, three good meta pick right now, which is right now, and I see on AJK, which is Beatrix, Esmeralda, Xbox. There are three meta pick, to be honest. Two side laners, which is Esmeralda and Xbox, and Beatrix mid laners. I can tell, because Beatrix will most likely go mid lanes. And also ban, which is Barret ban. About the Barret ban, I don't think so. They can play Barret, which is RBO squad. I think it was it a waste ban or was it not? Or am I just not know the
Yeah, I
players?
think I do agree with you there. That was a bit of a waistband. They have got both their offlaners, and I don't feel like Rats is as strong in the core role anymore after that recent nerf. You know, he got his passive halved in the early game, which is just a bit too drastic to be able to core. And yeah, it's rough. They may have picked it, but I don't think it was important enough. Maybe it could have been a target ban. You never know. But it is just Divine and Shadowdog left. But you know, maybe they thought that it was other people left and that they might get picked, and it was just worth risking that ban.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And do you think about this ban right now? He's thinking, Vuti is thinking what to ban. Mage ban. He's
Yep.
thinking to mage ban. And then what he gonna ban? Oh, Paquito. I haven't seen
Paquito,
Paquito.
yep. That's a good ban. Never
After-
a bad ban to ban Paquito.
Yes, after look
do
how many
have
game
that
we've been
spot.
seeing. After how many game we've been seeing, like nobody banned Paquito, and now they finally banned Paquito, and very good pick with the Tamos. I haven't seen anyone play Tamos in this tournament yet, and wanna see the
Yeah,
Tamos
that was
gameplay.
solid right there. Both of the off lanes of AJK being high sustain, chunky enemies. So Themos, I think, was actually the perfect pick there. I think no matter who he lanes against, he's going to fare pretty well.
Exactly, and why Sin and about the Marksman pick with the why Sin and also Rafaela, it's pretty good combo. They both are pretty good combo, high sustain and also open the map. Vuti with the why Sun. Sorry, I messed up with the name.
Yeah, Yusung Shin, yep.
Yeah, Yushan Sin. Yes, Yushan Sin's pretty good. He's like ability to open the map with his ulti, and also about his damage though. His damage pretty insane because he's one of the OP heroes in Australian servers, and no one knows about that. And some people are really know about that because he's very good marksman, and whoever knows, and he got immune with his dash. He's immune to CC.
Yeah.
And also
That
about
immunity and able to use War Axe just put him straight up there on that list.
yes, indeed. And also about the RPO team though, Kaja, Kufra, Roger, Tamos, and Lilia though, they are pretty tanky pick. And also damage from Lilia, first early game damage, they are really good.
Yeah,
Early
if
game
I had to
damage.
pick out anything that I've noticed that the red side, although it's not, it's not over half heavy, but it is incredibly heavier than AJK side when it comes to CC. The crowd control on red side, they've got minor crowd control from Themos, but they've got total CC domination with Kaja and Grok there, Kaja and Kufra. When we see on the side of AJK, there's essentially just the Raf and Esmeralda if she's prepared to use ult just for a stun, but yeah, we don't see a lot of CC at all coming from the side of AJK, so we'll see how that goes in team fights and pickoffs.
Yes, let's start the game right now, and the game gonna start in after the Lloyd of Grotchat, and Rabbit will take away from this game right now. So
Haha, hello there. So predictions for both teams. Who do you think is going to be winning this match and taking it home?
AJK. Oh, RBO.
AJK.
RBO. I'll support RBO because RBO has pretty good, tanky and also early game damage. But
Yeah, I agree.
if a late game, then AJK will win. So it's a both team wins.
Cooper going in with his ball. Nothing too much happening just yet. Just a bouncing ball. Oh, look at that. Lilia was the magic shot with his shadow energy combo. Just pulling it off, getting a bit of damage on the side. Nothing too much happening. Beatrix was Nagira at the front. A little bit of rocket launches going in. Nothing too much happening.
Yeah, keeping up that.
Oh, but where Roger goes in with Lycan Pounce and secures the kill on the Beatrix. The first kill. This is the first kill. And look at that. Yisan Chi was his first kill. And securing that kill. Oh, that traceless. Securing the kill on the enemy's core just so fast. Those movements. You'd love to see it. And now the first Lethal Wanderer is now secured to the side. Of AJK.
Yeah, who do you think came out on top of that one? Both teams with 1 kill, but one losing their core and one ending up with the core continuing on. First blood gold to the side of red, but the core that didn't
Roger's
die.
going in. He's going with Lycan Pounce and secures the kill with his passive. Oh, the Wolfborn Curse. And now Roger's running away with his second. Oh, he's running away so fast. They don't secure a kill with his Hunter Steps going on. Kufu just recalls there, nothing much happening. They're setting up for the next turtle. At this rate, do you think that AJK is able to secure this turtle, or would the RBO be able to take it?
I feel like that AGK's got the advantage in this one. Just having the side of RBO, their jungler's too far away right now. But, you know, the blue side don't know that, so they might not start it right away, and it might end up being a fair contest. But I think I can see red side, yep, closing in, blue side not knowing, so they're playing it safe. But unfortunately, red side able to
Setting
close
up.
in.
The Tyrant Switch goes forward and he gets the bouncing ball on the Raffaella, and the Beatrix uses the Nagira with all the machine guns. And look at Roger going forward, Lycan Pounce and using his passive, just abusing it. But Raffaella gets the kill on the Roger. He gets it with Light of Retribution and goes forward. And look at Divine though. Does she still have her ultimate on the side?
No, she had to use it. Hey.
Oh, what a
Yeah,
shame
YSS
that
put
Black
it down
Shoot
to
is gone.
one
Oh, the
shot.
Last Insanity goes forward. Oh, the figure is armor gone. But no, Esme secures the kill using her Stardust Dance. And the turtle has been secured to the side of AJK.
AJK, Raffaella able to escape with that flicker.
Spice it up.
Alright, we see Roger closer to the Litho Wanderer, but choosing not to take it, going for that blue instead. He knows that the enemy's doing something shifty, and he was right to assume so.
Oh, but that Kufa got punished. He tried to go in with his Tyrant's Revenge, but no knock-up and got punished for it. Oh, there's Thamus. Thamus going forward. Thamus going in. Is he going to do anything? The figure armor, the Last Insanity of the Expo. Just everything's just getting used up here. The Vengeance from the Thamus just popped off. Can he get the Beatrix? And he secures the kill on the Beatrix. Well done. And then the Roger goes out with the Wolf Transformation. Is he going to use the Lycan Pounce? And he uses the Lycan Pounce and secures the kill. But Roger, he's not done yet. He wants more. He's going after the Raffaella. He's going for another Lycan Pounce and secures
And he
it.
got it.
Oh, this is
Well
like Wonder
played.
Boying us, Joe.
Yeah, we see top lane, Esmeralda going in, cutting that lane, trying to get that early kill. Will she get it?
That was
No.
unfortunate. Kaja used the Divine Judgment on it. And now look at, Yusan-Chi. Oh no,
Ooh.
Esme ults it.
Ooh. And
There's a little
YSS
action
still
happening.
manages to collect the kill. Bot lane picking up for that red buff.
Thamos is really something with his Molten Sights and Shazam, Chasm and Trample. Oh no, look at, Kufa going forward with a little Tyrant's Revenge and bouncing ball, but no one to back him up for it. So Raffaella gets home free. Oh, there's a little action happening on top. Oh, that Esme goes forward. Oh, Grok Chimes, he's going to get punished. His bouncing ball is reducing the damage and he flickers away. That's a spell gone, but he escapes. They're going to be setting up for the next turtle. The lasting sanity from the Expo is still there.
Here we are, 2-tower lead for the side of AJK, and they're able to secure the next turtle after losing that first one. The top side push just absolutely dominated by AJK. X-Borg holding his lane well. Thermal's doing the same.
Expo just using his fire missiles, trying to get that little gold crab on the bottom lane. They're going to be setting up for a little clash, perhaps.
That's it. We're seeing that moment of silence, the calm before the storm. Nothing's happening just yet, but everyone's ready. We see Borg getting surrounded, but he does have that immortality, so I think they decided against the gank.
Oh, but they might be doing a turret dive here. Oh, there goes Tyrant's Revenge. Is he going to go in? Oh, and he goes in. Does he get anything? No. That was unfortunate. Lily on the side was Magic Shockwave and the Shadow Energy, reducing the figure armor to absolutely nothing. But look, there's the Esme. Oh, there's the Beatrix in the middle as well. And the Raffaella. There's 4 people in the mid. Tyrant's Revenge goes forward because it secures nothing on the kill. There's no knock-up. A little bit more action happening on the bottom lane.
Yeah, we see Thamos getting a little bit too bored and just really wanting that kill. But unfortunately, Boost side knew and they came down to help out their Borg. We see some dominating push from the side of AJK. You know, they're focusing those early objectives as much as they possibly can. They did lose that first turtle, but before the second turtle came, they'd already taken 2 turrets in a single
Oh,
lane.
there goes the Tyrant's Revenge. And oh, the Tyrant's Rage. And they secure the kill on the Esmeralda. Are they going to go try to punish that Kufra with his sticky hands? He really should be in jail for using his sticky hands on a woman. But no, he doesn't get punished.
Here we go. First tower for the side of RBO. Let's see if they can keep this ball rolling. Turtle up in 1 second.
They're stealing the blue buff. Oh no, the Thamas goes in. Thamas goes in. He goes in with Morton Size and Kaz and Trample. Oh, there's go. That's the insanity from the Xbox. And no, the figure armor gets used up and nothing more happens, does it? Oh, Kaja, you still got your divine judgment. You might want to use that. But no, oh, Esmeralda kills the kill on the Lydia. The black shoot ultimate does not do anything for her. And Kufra gets taken down as well. But look at
Oh,
there's
we
more.
see
There's
the
more. The
Esme.
Thamos. Oh,
Triple kill.
Esmeralda. What a wonder lady. She gets killed on the sticky pervert.
Wait, what?
Here we go. You see Kaja not wanting to let that tower fall, but I think he's just going to have to let it go.
He's got no options. He's just let it run with his tail between his legs.
That's it. Borg doing his job, not joining the fight, making sure he gets rid of both those turrets before he starts roaming.
Oh, there goes Roger in the wolf transformation form, but oh, Raffaello was the holy baptism, makes him back off. The Kufa was the Tyrant's Rage. Oh, he goes forwards, the Tyrant's Rage. Oh, Tyrant's Revenge, but no, does not do a knock-up. That was close too. Oh, but there's Beatrix with her shotgun ready. Ah, but she backs off.
Very good bailout by Blue side. That was an unfavourable fight that was about to happen, and they were able to avoid it.
Yeah, oath. RBO is performing pretty well considering they're a pretty new team. Against AJK there. Yeah.
I agree, but yeah, I've got to say there, the AJK and their,
Oh, there goes the Tyrant's Revenge. Does he knock it up? Oh, but no, the Raffaello was the holy baptism, knocks it back, and Thamos goes forward as a shout. Oh, look at that. The multi-side chasm trample goes forward. Oh, but Roger goes forward. He's still in the human transformation, but the figure armor, the last insanity from the Expo goes off. But no Q on the Expo. He still has his little shield thing on him, the immortality to save his ass.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing much happening too yet, but 30 seconds.
Item
Let's
check,
go into the
item
item
check.
builds.
Yes, item check.
What would you say, like, would Mana Boots be the correct choice for Raffaella here? Like, she's supposed to be the tank.
Yeah, I feel like you're definitely more favourable to just build 2 mana necklaces and then go for the bare boots that you need, and then later on those mana necklaces will either build into something better or come off for
Oh,
something
wait,
better.
figure armor's getting used up. The last sanity pops up from the Xbox, but no, that was just a bait out. Just to draw it out. There's the Mountain Shocker from the Yi Sun Shi opening up the map for his team, but there's nothing much they can do with that information just yet. Rebellion just baiting out the Lord, trying to make them lower their HP on it, but no.
That's it.
AJK, bit confident.
You see Blue
Rock
side
Chan
starting
was the
Lord
Tyrant's
after both
Revenge.
offlaners recall. Decides not to dash in. That was a good move by him. His team wasn't ready.
Oh, figure armor, oh no, figure armor, no lasting sanity, nothing got used up, but oh, the HP, oh, Lily was forced to use the Black Shoot ultimate. Beatrix, you better run. Thamus was the vengeance. He flickered out. But look at the Lord. Kaja secured the Lord to the side of AJK. No, it wasn't AJK. Rebellion got the first Lord. That was amazing.
Yeah,
but look at the
great
divine
zoning
judgment
for the
coming from the
side
Kaja.
of
Oh no, Expo got killed. Thamus got
Oof.
picked up as well.
YSS able to make it. Yeah, I've got to say,
was
by
unfortunate.
RBO, that was amazing team tactics there. They were able to split the entire enemy off and push them out and zone them right away from that Lord. And Roger basically had that room entirely to himself.
Exactly. Logan did such a good job on that. They nearly lost the Lord, but they just went for it. And they secured it.
That's it. And now that we see the gold lead finally balancing out, we see only a difference of about half a K. So things are starting to get pretty interesting.
They're opening up the map pretty well. All the buffs have gone to their side of Rebellion. They got a few turrets in their pocket as well. It'll just be up to the next few clashes to see who will actually be taking this win home.
Yeah, this might be exactly what they needed just to break that turret difference. The turret difference right now is immense. It's just doubled.
Oh, there's Gogo's charm, Tyrant's revenge, but secures nothing.
Go for bush checking.
There goes Esme, also opening up the map for her team of AJK. They want to capitalize on their gold lead. But Raffaella, Raffaella using the light of retribution. Managed to draw them out. Oh, but no, Esme was the divine judgment, gets killed down. Oh, and Roger goes in with foot worst transformation, and Lycan Pounce gets the kill of the Esme. Oh, but Roger wants more. Roger goes in. But no, it's a bit too late. Kaito, that damage, did you see that? It took like half the HP down.
Yeah, we see Beatrix with an amazing flicker, and to be honest, an amazing dash as well, avoiding death 2 times within the space of 5 seconds. That was amazing.
They're doing these kiting pretty well. Both these teams are kiting. They don't want to go invest in these huge team fights. And you can really see these are 2 very good teams in our server. Okay, that's the top turret gone.
We see Borg claiming his Bloodlust axe, able to be a bit more sustainable.
Oh, Tyrant's Revenge pops off. Oh, Tyrant's Revenge, sticky hands, there you go off. Oh, and Roger goes in with Lycan Pounce and uses his wolf-born cab, cursing, secures the kill. Last Insanity does nothing, but Thalmos goes in with he goes in with the Chasm Trample. Oh, but no, look at Kaja. He secured a kill. What was his, but he got taken down as well by the Yisan Shi.
Yeah, we do see it. Red side, RBO finally gaining that momentum that they were so desperately needing.
Absolutely. Oh, look at it. Oh, the Frost Moon. Oh, she went forward with a flick and secured the kill under Lilia. Nothing could save her now. Rockchan just trying to chase after the Esmeralda. Look at them. Everyone like maggots on top of it. Oh, just on top of that. Esme going for it. Oh, Lycan Pounce from the lodger, securing the kill for Team AJK.
That's it, back to farm, getting ready for that next Lord. I think they've used the time between this Lord and the next Lord very well. It's been spent catching up purely on objectives, not overextending, not forcing a fight that's 50-50, only fights they know that they can come out on top. And here we see the game finally evening out, 4 turrets to 6, not a huge difference, but we do see the sway of the battle going towards RBO currently. Let's see if things
Absolutely.
go.
That Roger, though, does have an advantage over his other core. Like, Yisan, she has to go close for his Heavenly Vow, the weapon passive when he has to switch weapons, and Roger can just capitalize on it. He can just charge forward. He doesn't need to move back. He doesn't need to let you have passive. He just goes in for it.
You're 100% right there. Roger is just aggro without having a setup.
Oh, Divine Judgment. Oh, the combo goes on it. Oh, the Raffaella gets taken off. Divine. Oh, look at that. Kufa wants to do something, but he can't do shit.
Great pick off. Thamos getting Lord started. They know that this is a free Lord. They've seen every enemy on the map. They know the positioning. They're going to rush that Lord knowing that it's the first enhanced.
Yep, absolutely. That's a 14-minute Lord. The HP just keeps on going on top of it, even if the defense stats don't go up any.
That's it.
They need to sync these lanes.
We see Beatrix claiming her item, the Wind of Nature, able to sustain from that physical for 2 seconds. See if she's able to make any plays with that. 173, not having the most favourable start, but not doing terrible either. She's doing what she can. See red side clearing up the lanes evenly. Making sure they all crash down at once, giving the blue side no time to defend all 3 at once.
We're going to see a little bit of action now. The lanes are all synced up. Where they start doing turret dives.
Here we go.
There's Kufra, Tyrant's Revenge. We go in, we're going. Oh, it gets the Beatrix. And the Time's Wedge, sticky hands goes on it. And that's a Lycan Pounce combo with the Kufra from the Roger. Are they going to go in? Oh, look at this more. The Revenge, the Motorcycle, the Chasm Trample, the whole set. The Inferno goes in. The last Insanity secures the kill on the Thanos. And there's sticky hands, Tyrant's Revenge. Where are you going? He doesn't go in. He saves up his immortality. He knows his team can't go anything, so he doesn't go in for it.
Yeah, that's it. Successful defense there from the side of AJK. Did lose 1 turret, but that's what you get when Lord comes down 1 and then the team focuses the other.
Absolutely. That was a solid trade.
Excellent
AJK.
game. Swaying back and forth. Yeah, sorry. Go.
Oh, no, that's fine. Oh, they just camping the bush over there.
Yeah, that's a danger bush if I've ever seen one.
Oh, Roger, what you doing, big boy? Oh, he's going with the Lycan Pounce, but he can do anything with the Wolf transformation power. He goes back into human form, trying to steal the red, but they're going to get punished for it. Oh, the Esme wants something. Sticky Hands does nothing. The bouncing ball returns with the defense stats on the Kufra. What do you reckon? Like, how long this match would take?
It's interesting because I feel like this could still. It's 100%. It's just 50-50 right now. It could honestly go in either direction, but I feel like the
Divine Judgment goes on to Esme, but no. Oh, Lycan Pounce goes on. But Raffaella was trying to help her team with the Holy Baptism, but no. Is he going for it?
Roger already moving on to the next enemy before the last one's dead. You know, he wants to get that pre-baked and get that in the oven.
Did you see that damage? That damage.
Wow.
It just took down the figure of armor. It teared it down like paper. There goes the Mountain Shaker from the Yisan Chi, just trying to lower those minions' HP desperately. But no, look at that. Oh, look at that. Tyrant's Revenge goes forward, but nothing. Oh, he gets punished with the fire missiles. Oh, there's the lasting sanity. He goes forward. Yisan Chi secures the kill on the Roger. And they're going forward as, damn, that was another kill for Yisan Chi. He was using his Heavenly Vow passive so well. The Blood Fights just cured it. Is there going to be more action? But no, they're just going for the buffs and trying to push forward those minions that they can go on for the next Lord.
They want to get that control back ASAP because they've seen that RBO now is starting to pick up and starting to, plant their feet in the ground. They're not moving.
It's like tug of war. Once you get a good anchor on it, it's going to be going to that side to win.
That's it. The longer you let the snowball roll, the bigger it gets. I think if they can shut this down, they're going in. They know that Kaja's out of position and there's nothing he can do.
He's trying to escape.
Able to come in.
You get it?
Beatrix been very scary all game with those ult placements. She's always focused Lilia. If I've noticed anything in a team fight, Lilia is forced to use her ulti almost 2 seconds into the fight because Beatrix just fires it straight at Lilia. Doesn't care where anyone else is. She lines it up with that Lilia and just makes sure that she has to force out that ult or just back.
She's living up to her reputation as one of the best marksmen in our server right now in the meta. I was a bit worried when I saw they had 2 marksmen. The power spike in the early game, mid game, not really in their favor. But right now, it seems they got all the gold they need. And Rebellion just said, careful.
We've reached the late game where everyone has everything except for the tanks. They're about to finish their final items. So we're on equal terms now. Now is where we see people play for play. Who's able to make what happen with the items and the health they have. Both sides not wanting to get that
Revenge gets him a bit out of position. Beatrix going in with the Nagura, the machine gun going forward. Oh, but no kill secured. Yep. Figure armor's gone. Wolf the Wolf goes on? No, he doesn't. There's the Titan's Revenge in the bush. Oh, he gets a bouncing ball on it. And what's going on here? Oh, there's a Nagura machine gun from it, but no kills just yet. The Frostmoon shield from the Esmeralda, but no, he gets punished by the Roger with his Lycan Pounce. What else is going to be?
Down to the Raph.
The low HP bogey gets secured by kill by the farmers with his Chasm Trample. Goes forward. Oh, another kill for Roger. Oh, damn, the Wolfcomb pass. The passage is just getting abused. Raffaella gets picked off with no chance for escape. Raffaella was the deity penalization, but not much damage for the Roger, especially when he has that shield.
Well, that Thermal's nearly getting one-tapped accidentally. That was a bit rough there, but we see Xborg seeing if he can do something about this Lord still with that true damage ulti, but if he can't get in there, then it's going to be rough.
Oh, last insanity pops up. Can he second kill? Oh, no, that was a bit too late. Beatrix backs off. Boothie, Zento backs off.
Able to get away, though. That's good, not trading himself for a Lord loss.
That's true. Now we have... Once upon a time, in a place far, far away, there was a lord marching down the middle lane. Will rebellions secure the turret this time?
Vuthi up. 8 seconds until Rap's up. Will they be able to pull together in time?
He wants some of that
action.
We see
Red side not forcing this. They know that it's something they can't put in yet, so they're just letting him have it. Very good decision making from both sides. It really shows that they really are some of the top players. They know exactly what to do and what not to do and what's the risk versus reward of each scenario, and they're just weighing it up and deciding on the spot. Nah, we can't do this. Let's not risk it.
They're kiting so well. They know when to invest and when to take everything out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty surprised by Rebellion. They've really improved since last time I've seen them. I'll go for it. Tyrant's Revenge. He wants that Beatrix. Are you going for it? Ah, he went in. Oh, a bouncing ball returns out, but no, gets stunned by the Raffaello with the Holy Baptism, but no. What are you doing there, X-Borg? Figure armor. Oh, last and suddenly pops up on it. Ellen secures it. Oh, the kill gets taken down. Roger wants in. He goes in. He wants some of that action, but no, he goes back into human form and does not do anything. Oh, they're going straight for the... Oh, they're going straight for the base. They got their eyes on it. They're going straight forward.
Oh, great job by Roger. Hyper focusing that turret.
What a beautiful play.
Great match.
This means we actually have a third match now.
That does. I'm so glad. I'm keen to see it because I feel like the first match definitely wasn't long enough for them to display their full, capabilities as they've just done in this match. And this goes to show that they both deserve to pass into the next round.
Absolutely. So looking at these item builds, where do you think they went wrong? Like, was it just because their draft pick got messed up, or?
I do think it also had something to do with just that CC factor as well that we were looking at. We didn't see it coming too often as both teams didn't have a lot of CC, but when it did come to those team fights, we saw that CC pop off from the side of RBO, and it really it came into play, and it was able to get those kills that they needed on the right people. And yeah, they took that back. The early game wasn't in their favor, but they were able to keep calm, composed, and wait those objectives, and it paid off.
Aye, like 2 marksmen was just probably a bit too risky for them. It really didn't pay off for them. And the figure armor on the X-Borg, when that HP of X-Borg lowered down, when he didn't have that armor on him, Roger could just go in with his Full Moon Curse passive and just abuse the heck out of them.
Yeah, Lilia was doing that for his Roger all game. We could see that damage. She was able to just burst off that shield so Roger could just sprint in, sprint out.
Alright, I'm gonna be...
Well, stay tuned. We have our next match coming up soon. It'll be the grand finals of Rebellion Outlaws against Team AJK.
Let's start a game, guys.
Your team is
Yes, since so about the pick right now. So this is the third. Is it a third game? Yes, it is a third
Yeah.
game. So what do you think so far from
your
this
team
since?
is banning.
I think AJK might need to start picking or banning the tanks because that Kufra was really working out there. But I joined AJK VC earlier and they were talking about playing for the early game more, getting that early game win. So we might see a pretty good early game draft from AJK.
Mm-hmm.
Lux ban first off from RBO. That's to counter AJK's main mage Rio right now. Lancelot ban against Tofu, both respect bans. Very early. Third game. Third game's basically going to be a lot of respect bans because they've already seen each other play. They're going to try ban out what's been destroying them for the past 2 games.
I
And
think we'll
also,
see a Ruby ban.
and also about the higher band though. And you think, oh look, by prediction right now, AJK Rebellion's Outlaw doing so good so far that they're literally winning each game. So just say first game, AJK win, and second game, RBO team win. So this is the third game. Third game, whichever win this game, gonna take away for the in a semi-final place.
Your team is banning.
So
You cannot both.
is it gonna be semi-finals game or be final game? Or am I just mistaking?
It will be finals for the upper bracket.
Yes, will be final. Will be in upper bracket. Yeah, exactly. And also, yes, you think like in this right now, in this 2 team, right? Which team you guys support the most? So I'm not saying
Dude, I
support like
AJK.
I'm talking about both team. I'll like they both team are they're a very good team in both teams. To be honest, they're both team very good, but I'll support both team as well. But I will say personally, I know RBO more than AJK, so I will go for like RBO.
No, King just brings this up all the time just to go against what I go for. I already know this guy too well. It's like he'll listen to what I go for first, and then he'll go like, "Oh yeah, I go for the exact opposite of what you go for." Since
Exactly.
in your face, get wrecked. What are you doing? There's a Yuzong first pick from Shadox. Very good first pick. Yuzong very strong in the team fight.
Ruby.
Gento going the Ruby. We've seen Ruby massive CC, very good hero for the team fight as well.
And also, is this the first pick of the day today, which is Yuzong though? Yuzong first pick after all the time ban. Now
Yeah,
they open
finally
Yuzong.
get to see Yuzong pull up.
Exactly. Gonna show the dragon mode time. You know his
Yeah,
passive.
I think
pretty
it's time for me to go on Shadox's account. Time for me to play some Yuzong.
You're funny.
All right. So let's see what AJK's second pick is. Maybe Mage. They'll grab the Fasa, maybe. The Beatrix coming in from Chow. Now Chow's gonna go on the Beatrix. We saw last game Rio was struggling on the Beatrix because of the Kufra. Now this game we got Chow on the Beatrix. Chow does have significantly better hand speed and positioning than Rio, so this will be interesting to see. Chow's also the star player for AJK, definitely. So and now Kaja from Logan. We saw last game that Kaja's damage was massive. They just
Was
chunked
insane damage from Kaja though. RBO with the
Yeah, back on that heavy CC now with the Kufra and the Kaja, same as last game. They're focused on that CC, and yeah, we didn't see any tank bans like you were expecting.
Yeah, but you know they might decide against tank bans. But right now, if they grab this Kufra, they might just ban Jorhead and Rafaela and leave this AJK simp with like no heroes to play. You know.
yes indeed.
But Matilda coming through now. Very solid pick into Matilda. Now
Will we see the Esme ban?
No. I think RBO is going to be looking towards. I think RBO is going to be looking towards mage bans actually.
I was thinking more from the side of AJK with that Esme ban just now that they've picked that Matilda.
They ban Esme and ban a mage. That's going to be really strong. So RBO draft should be looking like an Esme ban and a mage ban.
But so far so good. RBO is doing so good so far. They're like I think the first game they had that was just a warm up for them. And RBO is like they're holding up so strong with their lineup because they're thinking outsmart the Energetic squad. So I would say some different story about the RBO squad to be honest.
Yeah, imagine, I think we got a fanboy here. I mean, yeah, RBO is doing very well indeed. I was very impressed.
Just
Especially
go put money on them.
just don't put money on them, or else you might be paying a lot to me, King. Yeah, there we go. That's the Esme Bandit. My predictions are always so spot on, man. I'm so smart. It just. Oh,
I'm
so-
not gonna lie. I'm surprised they actually banned it instead of leaving it open, knowing that the
Nah,
enemy's the
man.
one with the Mathilda.
I'm just too smart, man. Like I know, bro. Like you don't need to tell me. I know. I'm a genius. Alright, I'm gonna stop.
Thinking so far inside the box that it's actually outside the box.
Alright, that's an interesting Esme ban. The Ling did get banned from RJK. Oh my god, AJK last ban. Ling banning against Tofu, whose Ling was very good against. What was that squad again? The last squad they versed. Talisman, yeah. Lilia banned now against Define. That last game, that Lilia did do tons of damage right onto the epicenter of AJK. But right now for RBO, we might be looking for a Eve ban or maybe even a Fasa ban.
Yeah, they definitely need it to be a mage for sure. They can't do what they did last time and just go straight for. Sorry, what AJK did last time and go straight for something that they have.
Or they'll go for an offlane ban. An offlane ban leaving two mages, Eve and Fasa. Maybe Divine will either pick Eve or Fasa depending on what Rio picks right now.
But I haven't seen Divine play Eve at all, so I haven't seen him play mage. So he play like Massman. So it will be interesting pick, from Divine.
You don't have to ban the mage, man.
Sorry?
Yeah, Divine's full mage. He's main mage.
You only know him for his marksman because he pushed number 1 Australia Netan, but
that's a marksman mage.
Well,
if you look at
the
Paquitos.
Oh, there it is.
But if he picks Paquito now, there's no magic damage.
Yeah, I was you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking maybe a Lu Yi might just appear, but maybe not.
Oh, now that does really set the standard for what but Eamon may be core. We're forgetting Ruti might go Eamon core.
Eamon. No, yeah, Eamon banned.
Eamon banned? You know what? Sometimes my eyes just like they go backwards. Like
I'm sorry, people. We're having technical sin difficulties.
Sin EXE shutting down. Granger from Tofu. That's very interesting. There's a lot of good cores open right now. Actually, no, there's just YSS. But YSS is open and he picks Granger. That's very interesting because now he leaves Vuti's favorite core Granger to his hands. That's the favorite core YSS to Vuti.
Yeah, they seem to be leaving their late game up to that mage as well. Oh no, maybe a faster instead because we do see right side already with a late game marksman as opposed to.
It's very interesting. Yeah, actually took Granger instead of YSS, but Vuti, I think Vuti's good. Oh, Gujin. They need magic damage. To be fair, they do need magic damage, but Gujin into a Kaja might not be the best idea, or into a Kufra either.
Do it for the boys.
Come on, Vuti, pull up.
I would love to see Gushin here. I really would. But I think he's doing what he did last time and showing Fanny the entire time and then just picking. he knows he's getting that crowd rolled up.
Vuti Fanny? That's last time I saw that. Oof.
Let's just say you didn't see it.
Yeah. Let's just say it was mostly a respawn screen.
There we go, the Gushin. I am so happy.
Oh, that's
Let's
interesting.
see it. Gushin in a competitive match.
YSS
semi-finals.
Oh, this is tough for AJK now. They got a Gushin. I wonder how they'll play this. They do have very good team fight. Better than, I wouldn't say better than RBO. I actually like RBO's draft way better here.
Yeah, same. RBO's team fight is immense. They have Fasa, they have Kufra, they have Yuzong, and then for the pick-off, they've got the Kaja there as well.
This might be the biggest upset of the tourney so far, RBO might knock out AJK, the tournament favorites.
Well, so what would your predictions be, looking at these lineups?
RBO gonna win.
I think
RBO's gonna win.
Yeah, I think RBO with their 4 collector skins definitely has a higher chance of winning. Skins are pretty much skins trump skills, as we all know. So I think it's pretty in the bag.
What the hell?
They probably got a sugar daddy.
Dude, they shouldn't have picked Kaja, dude. They should have picked another.
Technically, Kaja is the collector version. It is the limited epic. It's just unfortunate that it's still counted as an epic.
Dude, they should have picked Badang, honestly. Like, I'll be honest, Badang would have been a better pick, 5 collectors. Auto win.
Alrighty, Rabbits, take it away.
Alrighty, let's see who wins. It'll be an interesting match to see who wins tonight's last game. It's an intense night.
We got to everyone else's opinion. What's your opinion? Who do you think's got the upper hand here before we get started?
Well, we all know Shadog went to RBO because he really wanted to be in this tournament. He's really like the underdog in this one because he wasn't even going to be in the main lineup for AJK. But, there goes Mathilda with the Soul Balloon trying to go for the early. But there's a waste the flicker. And Bouncing Ball does not deny her that flicker as well. All right, the Soul Balloon gets activated. Oh, look, the Granger was the Rhapsody. They're going for it. Oh, the Lethal Wanderer. Who does it go to? It goes to Vuthi.
Gosh.
He abused his Shadow Blade Slaughter. All right. Setting up for the next turtle in 50 seconds. Margin, take it away.
Take it away. All right. Well, we do see the bottom lane going rather aggro as opposed to top lane. Top lane kind of playing it safe, but bot lane, they just want to poke each other and they want to get each other down. I think Kaja knows that his Granger's nearby, so he's seeing if he can get him low enough, but it's a little too late. He needs to move on to that blue buff and then onto that turtle.
Oh, the Tyrant's Revenge goes forward and the Bouncing Ball, but no, he's got his HP taken down so much. But the Fascia was the stun, was the Curse of the Crow, and Energy Impact combo was such a good one. Middle lane, but Fascia, her mana's a bit wasted. Better recall. Soul Bloom getting used, and gets a hit on it, Fascia, forcing her to go home. That teamfight was truly in RBO's favor.
That's it. We see 10 seconds until turtle. We see red side shaping up.
On the bottom lane, there's a little action.
Bit of a scuffle.
Bit of a
level 4 scuffle.
Some hooligans just knocking it out.
They're both waiting around for that level 4 too.
The turtle came up. Fusion with the sword spike on it. He's got his swords in the ass of the turtle.
Careful.
Oh, look at that. Tyrant's Revenge.
Kaja with the flicker ulti, able to just dive straight into that bush and annihilate the Paquito.
That was a beautiful Divine Judgment. Oh, look at that roll. Oh, look at that. The Death Sonata coming from the Granger, securing a kill on that Mathilda. Oh, there's a little action, Dragon Form. Oh, and helps the Granger secure another kill with the Rhapsody on their teammates' enemy.
Dragon nearly able to take out the Gus. Gus one tap left just from a solo Dragon Petrify combo.
No one will be calling Shadow the budget Yuzon of Australia anymore. He's well and truly setting his reputation on this server. Oh, look at that. The knockout strike him with the Paquito trying to kill that Kaja, but nothing happens, unfortunately. Securing the blue buff. Oh, look at the wings. Oh, look at that. Wins by Fascia, just clearing the minion waves, but no team fights happening just yet.
That's it.
Oh, that Granger really wants to kill the Kaja. I don't think
we do see that Kaja starting to out-level that Paquito too now, so it might be rough for him.
Look at the hook. Oh, the curse. Oh, no. He goes in. Oh, those sticky hands, the Bouncing Ball also kills the kill with the Tyrant's Rage on it and kills that Ruby. And there goes the Fascia going forward. Oh, there's the win by wins. And no, Granger secures the kill on the Paquito man. But no team fight happened just yet.
That was a 20-second fight between the Kaja and the Paquito. That was just big brain after big brain.
Oh, you just see that? That was the Incandescence and the Sword Spike and the Shadow Blade Slaughter. The whole set was used by Fascia. Oh, Fascia got killed with the magic burn. But look, there's the Furious Dive going forward. Oh, Vuthi was the Sword Spike trying to get a kill, but there's the Dragon Ball pops off, and there's his passive. It's going bazonkas, the Cursing Touch passive on it. Can he get the kill? Can he get the kill? He's going forward for it. Vuthi using Incandescence running away and gets hooked by the Don't Be Run.
Very well played from Mathilda there. Mathilda able to save that Gus and also pull a kill out of it by making that Yuzon get a little bit greedy.
They were just throwing skills left and right. They were just doing everything. It was an all-out team fight.
Yeah, we see Ruby with her Haas Claws now as well, so that lane's going to get a lot more interesting for her. She's able to push it with that Beatrix. Ranger coming in for the defense.
Incoming on the next turtle, but everyone's on the top lane.
Here we go, turtle spawning bot lane. Majority of the players all top side. We see a clash mid possibly.
That both teams deciding it's better.
Yeah, I'm 110% surprised that it's made it in. This Kufra's been performing on multiple teams.
Oh, the Jose goes
very
up with
well.
fine judgment. Always the win by wins on the Fasha. That was a wonderful combo between the Fasha and the Kaja. Oh, but look at Grokchan. Oh, divine. Oh, no, but no kill set. Nothing secured by the knockup. But Yushin, he wants some of that cookie. He wants it.
Great
He puts in the
zoning
sword
by
spike. He's going in. Oh, he went in. He's a kill. The kill. Oh my,
very
that was a wonderful
well.
shadow blade slaughter. Dragon form goes in a little bit too late, but he's coming for it. He goes forward. Oh, look at that. The dragon tail goes up. The curse touch passive secures the kill on the Gushin. But there's more action happening. Oh, Kaja. Oh, the circling eagle from the Mathilda goes forward, and the Soul Blim getting that attack on it. But they want more on Beatrix. Went in with her machine gun. Oh, the basic attack to secure the kill on that Kaja. But Kitoman
that
trying to
Beatrix
deny.
getting huge.
He's using his whole skill set right there. He's using the knockout strike and the jab, and he lowered the HP of that Ranger quite significantly. There's a bit of action happening in the mid lane. Oh, the Thrasher, she had to use the win by wings to escape.
Yeah, unfortunately not enough. See the
Ruby?
side of red pushing a little bit harder.
Ooh, they can't go too close. RBO is certainly getting manhandled here. Oh, there goes the Tyrant Surge from the Kufra. Oh, gets stunned. The Grokchan gets stunned. The Death Sonata from the Granger going forward. The Pakitoman going forward. Knockout strike, and he goes in, but he gets punished under the tower.
Don't know if that was worth it, but a great escape and a great secure from both players there.
Absolutely. That was something.
Top side. Looking
Soul
to get
Bloom from the
something done to
Matilda.
this tower.
Oh, the circling, the snares going in close. Oh, look at
There
that,
it
though.
is.
The knock-up, the dragon form, black dragon form pops up and trying to secure the kill on the Beatrix. Is he going to go in on the Soul Bloom? The circling
That's one
eagle goes
passive
forward.
mark. There it is.
Oh, the basic attack, the ancestral guidance on Matilda just going forward. The feathered airstrike, but doing nothing on it. What the? Can you hear that?
Bit of spice in that one. We see red side keeping up the aggression, not wanting to let that go. They want that kill. They feel
They're
cheated.
going in. Oh, she went forward with the Soul Bloom, but no. Pakitoman just went up and followed up with the knockout strike and securing that kill on that Kaja. Poor little Kaja became KFC tonight. No more Diggy. We got Kufu's fried chicken coming up soon.
Yeah, we see both offlaners in the top lane for the side of AJK. Yuzong
Surely
may
this
be able
isn't
to get
legal.
something in.
They're getting manhandled here. Oh, Gushin got knocked up. The Tyrant's Way just pops up on the Gushin. Gushin went in Cassandans. Oh, look at that. The Shadow Blade Slaughter went forward and he secured the kill on that Kufura.
Yeah, unfortunate from the Coop. They had no teammates in the immediate vicinity. There was no one that was able to even come close to helping him. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, Big Man was just a bit too bold there. Oh, Dragon Form pops off. He's running away, but no. Oh, yeah, he escapes quite closely. Oh, Soul Bloom on it. Just a little bit of damage. Pakitoman goes forward. Just a little too deep. Feathered airstrike going forward, but no. Gushin went in with the Incandescents and Shadow Blade and securing the double kill on the Granger and Fasha. Now they're going to just take all their buffs and go forward with it. At this point, do you think they should be kiting or trying to push home their advantage over here?
I'm not too sure. I think the snowball's starting to get fairly big, and I feel like if they just keep that up, they can possibly.
Oh, that was a
snowball
nice
this
Tyrant's Rage.
Yeah, that was amazing. It's a bit risky, but yeah, unfortunately. See Paquito seeing if he can get some in, able to get away possibly. Kaja not able to get it off. Has that ulti, but just couldn't get within range. We see 1 minute now until the Lord comes. Let's see how both sides play. We see red side looking like they're more of an ambush and push turrets kind of thing.
Oh, they're going the circling eagle. The circling eagle went up and forward, and the feathered airstrike just going in, and Dragonform pops up and secures the kill on the Mathilda and goes forward. Oh, look at that. Is he going to use these? Oh, he went to put a Furious Dive as well, and he's using the Curse Touch passive on the Beatrix and secures the kill on the Beatrix. And now we've got Ruby. Oh, Tyrant's Rage was just a little bit too far. No. That was close fun, not really, for the Ruby. She was just a bit too back. She should really be at the front as the initiator for her team. And Pakitoman at the bottom lane just securing the kill on the... Oh, that was a wonderful flicker coming from Pakitoman. He used his champ stance, it was the heavy left punch, and abused it quite effectively against that.
Able to make it away with that double dash. Blue side moving back to farm, knowing they can't catch him.
Oh, Ruby
here he
was
is,
the
rotating top again. Both offlaners just beasting on one lane.
Yeah, there was a CC shadow
yeah,
bang. Like,
I don't know if that's allowed. No.
oh, look at Kufa going forward with the bouncing ball. Oh, divine judgment on the Paquito man, and he gets shut down by the Kufla. But now they're setting up for the turtle. Have they got the damage for this?
Oh, yeah, here's the Lord. They're able to rush it. Well, they know that core is just not ready to come and compete for it. The only person there is that tank.
You're absolutely right. They need that shadow with Dragon Form
In
to
comes
be there for
Farsa.
them to secure. Oh, there's the winds.
Oh.
The feathered airstrike going forward. But no, the second eagle from the Matilda just cancels that ultimate from her.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
they're
a
going
great
in.
zone by Mathilda. Good map awareness from the tank.
You can't. Oh, well, I mean, her name is called Simp, so of course she's very aware of these kind of things. Oh, Cooper with the sticky
great
hands,
Ollie.
Terrence raised that sonata from the Granger goes forward, and Black Dragon Form goes up, and the Furious Dive, and no, they're going forward. He's going forward with the Soul Grip, he's going in, is he going to get anything? Oh, look at that, Divine Judgment for the Kaja, and he goes
Great
in forward
Ollie.
as well. And that Paquito man gets punished so darn dilly
Is this a wipeout? That is a
triple kill for
wipeout.
the Granger. Oh, basic attack that.
Right after defending Lord, they managed to achieve a wipeout. Great plays from the side of RBO. Very well swung.
That team composition, that teamwork, that synergy, it's just the kind of thing you want to see in these tournaments. Are they going to push these turrets into home base? Mathilda only has the Soul Bloom to try and defend. Oh, there's the feathered airstrike going down on that Mathilda. But no, her HP wasn't there. And they're just backing off for now. Bit of good
Yeah, I
kiting.
do like how aggressive this fast is being. You know, she knows that she's able to abuse that ult very often, so she's just not shy to use it. Whether it comes to one creep and a bit of poke, if it's worth it, she knows that she's not going to have another confrontation until it cools down again. So she might as well just start throwing it and just wasting their time.
Isa, Old Maid here is just so good with these timing, like hiding at the back lane so she doesn't get CC'd by any of this. The only time she got caught out was by Gushin, was the Incandescence, and the Shadowblade Slaughter was the double combo on it. But her
We
timing,
do know that
it's
Gus
just-
has some of the highest range in the game, or like range clearance anyways. He's able to close this gap very well, so it's hard for her, but she's managed to just keep it together all game. She's hardly been showing herself in a vulnerable spot, you're right.
exactly the positioning, the timing. It's just the kind of mage player you want on your team.
That's it.
Hmm.
So yeah, shaping up
Oh,
bot.
so
Zelda
boom.
doing a bit of bush checking. Red side, feeling out the side of Lord, just making
Kufra
sure
with the
they've
bouncing
got that
ball, gets
dominance.
caught out. Oh, gets hooked.
Yeah,
Oh, there goes the
again.
Don't Run Wolf King. Oh, and look at that, the Circling Eagle. And, Incandescence on the Time's Reach. There's nothing on it. And the Feather Airstrike, just a bit cancer too far. And the wall. There goes the Dragon Form going in. Is he going to do any Soul Grip? But no, he went back for the Paquito because Paquito Man is after that birdie. Oh, there's the Furious Die and Soul Grip Passion combo, but nothing. He couldn't really get his hands on that
decision-making from
Paquito
Yuzon
Man.
there.
He was just moving a little bit too fast with his champ stance, Paquito passive abuse. Oh, look at that hook. That was a wonderful hook.
Amazing hook.
That was a good
Very
combo.
well played. Just able to take out two of their main contenders instantly, the Core and the Kaja. That's the two biggest damage dealers aside from the Bird.
The Dragon Tail on that one, that was a good combo between those two. But no, this might be endgame.
Yeah,
for
I think this is it.
Rebellions.
The respawn time is just a little too high.
Oh, but we got 10 seconds maybe. Good job, both teams. Is this game? And they're pushing
right,
forward for the home
yeah.
base. They're marching down and they're chiseling down that tower like Greek. It falls, and Greek is no longer a city today. Ew, it is actually. I'm wrong there. But not like the old Greek.
That's it. Well played by both teams and well pulled together by AJK. They knew they had to get serious there, and I think they did really well in that last one. They knew that, RBO is nothing to mess around with, and they got to give them the respect they deserve, and I think they did, but they were able to pull it together and get that win. Very
True.
close.
But both these teams did very well. Like, we'd like to thank both of these teams for coming out today, showing your meta. We really admire you for coming out and bringing your teams. And we hope to see you again next tournament. Margin, would you like to take us away for the item builds? Is there anything you think was done wrong?
When it comes to the items and that, I don't think there's too much done wrong. Everyone's kind of done the standard operation when it comes to them and that. I feel like maybe there's some items that were focused a little too much on support rather than just making that difference. For example, maybe just I can see the Kaja with a Divine Glaive focusing on that penetration, which is all good and well, but I would build that closer to the later in the, you
True.
see the enemies, only one of them has that Athena shield, the rest have Oracle or lower. So I would have definitely gone for that Divine Glaive. And when it comes to the right side as well, we do see the same thing going on there. We see an Oracle on the tank instead. I know there's only 2 damage dealers that are magic on the side of RBO,
I'm a bit
but
curious
they are
about those
Kaja
2
and
defense
Bird.
items on top of that Granger. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's definitely interesting considering the core from red side AJK is actually hugely magic based. I know he's the only one there, but he was dominating, and I think if you're going to build that defense item that's physical, that's great, but early game you got to tailor it towards who's taking off and really kicking off. Just to stop that ball rolling.
So guys,
We're doing so well as well. King, would you like to do any comments on what you felt about these teams tonight?
to be honest, they put up some good shows, to be honest, and they did
I guess
really
not. So yeah, that was a good match.
yes,
Thank you
definitely.
everyone.
Great match.
Tonight.
Don't
We
forget to
have more
subscribe.
matches on the 18th, so stay tuned for those. We got some one more lower bracket between Space Cadets and Doggos, hopefully, and then we'll be moving straight to the final upper bracket teams.
Yes.
Thank you and good night.
Good night, guys. Have a lovely night,
Night,
and don't
guys.